time, night dread, remembering the long dead. My worst day put away with key locks placed inside a locked box. I need the pain, I need the strain, I need the fire of pure desire. 'Cause I'm never free from this addiction, affliction, addicted to my misery. I cannot detox from this condition, conviction, addicted to my misery box. I'm never free from this addiction, affliction, addicted to my misery. Cannot detox from this condition, conviction, addicted to my misery box. My reasons, my demons, he took from me. A stolen piece of memory. Took my pain, my disdain, it's not fair. Give me back my nightmare. It calls my name with burning flame. Every night it's all the same, reliving my darkest shame. 'Cause I'm never free from this addiction, affliction, addicted to my misery. I cannot detox from this condition, conviction, addicted to my misery box. I'm never free from this addiction, affliction, addicted to my misery. Cannot detox from this condition, conviction, addicted to my misery box. Now your fate is where I bled. You took the weight inside my head. Took my loss, bore my cross, walked my miles so that I might smile. Gave your heart, paid the price that I should pay. Now there it is, you stay forever, ever locked away. Should feel sane, should feel whole, but your pain is in my soul. 'Cause I'm still never free from this addiction, affliction. Now it's yours, but still in me. I cannot detox from this condition, conviction. You're inside my misery box. I'm still never free from this addiction, affliction. Now it's yours, but still in me. Cannot detox from this condition, conviction. You're inside my misery box. I don't deserve you. You stay true. I want to save you from my misery. You couldn't save me from my misery. I'm addicted to my misery. Addicted to my misery. Addicted to my misery box.
It began with the suicide of Charles Blackwell, just days after his 55th birthday. Then the Rhineswan family massacre. 3 generations painfully passing from this world, crying the same crimson tears Blackwell had.
Sit alone on the edge of
5 members of the prominent Rhineswan family were found dead.
After that, the media finally gave their murderer a name. The Red Crier Killer.
memento mori. Remember, you will die.
Investigators believe the killer may be the same individual the media has dubbed the Red Crier.
Memento mori. Remember, you will die. I know it's droll to sell my soul. I wanted to protect them though, but I couldn't even play my role. Now vengeance is my only goal. Memento mori. Too late for sorry. No goodbye. Breath goes dry. I will cry when I remember you will die.
And I was afternoon, chat. Good afternoon, best chat. And happy 4th of July. Happy, fantastic 4th of July, chat. Hope everyone is having a great day. Everyone's American today, of course, if unless you're illegal here, then boom, you're not American. But thing is, everyone's Irish on St. Patty's Day. Everyone's American on 4th of July. Welcome, chat. Are we ready for some fun? Got some stuff to go over, some stuff to discuss, go into, all those great, fantastical things. Welcome back, chat. And one thing here is that last time, chat, we had a huge at the end of the stream donation by the great John Doe. So let me see if I can pull that back up here. I have it saved on this one. Here we go. So yeah, John Doe yesterday donated $250 at the end of the stream there. Unfortunately, the stream, I already had sent it to the ending song, so I couldn't do it. But I couldn't read it. But John Doe says, have a happy 250th Independence Day, Literature Devil. And here is the 50. And his donation was the catalyst to have a solid stream today of all days of the 4th of July. $250, chat. Fantastic. A very generous donation. Very generous indeed. So there we go. All right. All done there on that front. And John Doe, the great John Doe, is added to the list here of fantastic supporters. It's the John Doe. There we go, chat. Saved and ready to go. Welcome, everyone. I hope you're ready for some fun. Got some stuff to go into. Secondary Weeb Day. Because I think it's really good to note that specifically today, because Japan it loves America more than the Democrats do, more than the HWs do. They just can't stand living in a great freedom, a country full of freedom. They just can't stand it. However, Japan loves it. Japan put on a big show for America to celebrate America's 250th birthday. It's good stuff, chat. Good stuff. 1 second here. Make sure we get all this ready to go. Everything should be in perfect working order. I was gonna do it at noon, but I was like, I was actually stuck testing this game I showed you. I just this I've made some major improvements. So it has merchant now, and hopefully today, or at least by Monday, I can actually have a working first run through. Like the initial game will be done. Maybe I guess I could make it technically qualify as an alpha level, like it's ready to be tested. So I've been testing it too. Obviously, I've been hammering out a bunch of bugs, lag spikes, things like that. So because there's a lot that it has to go over. So a lot of information is to take in. I managed to fix a major problem on it just a while ago. So it runs a lot smoother now. But here we go, chat. Here we go. Hello to you. Area 64 says, happy 4th of July. Weeb Day. LD, the best chat. I feels right that the next stage of Tunis Part 7 is airing during America's 250. That makes sense. Johnny and Gyro are going to be crossing the country in style. Looks like it. Let's see. Emperor Jones says Happy Weeb Day, Independence Day, I guess. So we celebrate today. Exactly. Now, that's a perfect day for today because Japan has given us a big salute today because they love America, while a lot of weirdos in America do not, especially if they came here and start stabbing people. Not very loving, I don't think. Tommy J. Zuko says, Happy 4th, y'all. Hello to Tommy J. Zuko. Good morning. Alex Hale says, Happy 4th. Hi, everyone. Can't stay too long. Well, welcome, Alex Hale. Glad you're here while you're here. Happy 4th of July. Lady Fastlot, good morning and good afternoon. Hello to you all. Husband says, Happy 4th, LD and Bez Chat. Hello to you. Levi says, it's hard to find a good place to celebrate with so many channels streaming. The air show in DC and Sail 250 in NYC Harbor were fantastic, though. Oh, that's pretty good. That's always good news. Let's see your chat. Get this ready to go. Awesome. Let's see. Brostetsky says, never let the British forget when they blew a 13 colony lead. Yeah, exactly. Resman 7 says, Happy 4th, everyone. Hello to you, Resman 7. Hello to you. Gary 90 says, Happy 250th year Independence Day, everyone, even if you're not in America. Exactly. Siege Gardens says, hey there, LD and Bezchat. Happy America Day. Hello to you, Siege Gardens. Limp Bizkit says, Happy America's birthday, LD and Chat. Well, hello to you, Limp Bizkit. Have a fantastic birthday, America, Bezchat, and out non-American friends. You're welcome to join in just through the barbecue. Have fun. The barbecue party. Absolutely. Shaving Charlie says, more afternoon, all. Hello. So this is what morning nonsense looks like from the computer. Happy Independence Day. Hello to you, Shadowing Tronics. Good morning. Or good afternoon. James Edison says, Happy Independence Day. Hello to you. Happy Independence Day. 250 years old. A dominating force in the world. John Demigod says, afternoon, everyone. I found out that the mall in Dearborn was shot up again. It's a Fairline Mall I used to go. Interesting. I wonder what's going on here. I wonder what kind of shooter it was. What kind of was it a LGBT T variety? Who knows? That would be if I were a betting man, that's where my money would go, unfortunately. Action Puck says, good afternoon. Hope everyone is doing well. As always, might have to head out of the stream at some point, but hope everyone has a 4th of July. I'm happy 4th of July. Fantastic, Action Punk. Very, very good. I hope you have a fantastic 4th of July as well. Thank you very much. Rasmus 7 says, Yankee Doodle, bald eagle, screeching intensity. Absolutely. Yankee Doodle went it down indeed. Let's see. Did you see the opening video from yesterday's Film Threat stream? It was a corniest, most American cheese thing ever cheesed. This was fantastic. No, I didn't. But that's pretty awesome. Normal Man with the $50 super chat right off the bat. Thank you very, very much, Normal Man. Thank you very, very much indeed. Zowaldo, I'm proud to be an American. At least I have AC. I won't forget the HVAC guy who installed it for me, and I'll gladly sit down in my room and enjoy that sweet cold air because I'm proud to be American. God bless my Frigidaire. Yeah, exactly. So suck it, France and the UK, which is like, oh, heat wave. Well, we're gonna take away your AC. Are you getting stabbed in the street? We're going to take away your right to defend yourself. It's like backwards. This is backwards. Shouldn't they be like helping their citizens feel better and protect them as opposed to protect people trying to stab their citizens? I mean, that's probably, a better way to lead a country. Exum Legum say, hail Litken, hail Best Chuds, happy birthday, America. Hello to Exum Legum. Good morning, good afternoon. Happy birthday to America, the great country, America. Hello to you. Speaking of America, check this out, chat. Check this out. So Trump came out with a little video for everyone to enjoy.
Have you or someone you know been diagnosed with TDS? The symptoms.
By the way, the weirdos, SJWs on Twitter who have like access to be community noters, they were butthurt. They were so butthurt by this. They tried to community note the White House, I think. I think the White House posted this, or either that it was like Trump's account. He posted this, and then in the community, it's like, actually, Trump is not a doctor. It's like, yeah, everyone knows this is AI. I mean, come on.
Can be relentless. Fortunately, I'm Dr. Trump, and I have a treatment plan. Let's hear what some of my patients have to say.
I have been suffering for over a decade, and after listening to Dr. Trump, I can see some results.
Man, I've been suffering for
Ah,
years.
hey, it's him. It's Gazamo. I like that the Trump poked fun at him. He deserves it. He deserves it. He's angry. He's like, he's been in all these great movies, but he's never been great himself. I think that's why he's so bitter.
I really didn't believe that was help out there. That was when I came across this video on TV.
I really thought I was a lost cause. This was gonna affect me for the
And Whoopi Goldberg went full brain rotted TDS, like full brain rot TDS. How come he's attacking black people? Like what? Since when? Where? At what point? They're just making stuff up. They just make stuff up on The View and convince themselves that it's real. Like, oh, he what if, you know, it'd be bad if Trump did this. No, he is doing this. Oh yeah, you're right. He is doing this. And they kind of convince themselves.
rest of my life. But after using the treatment plan, I can see a difference.
I really wasn't sure I could help some of these people. They were so far gone, I wasn't really sure.
I had no idea how much this was affecting my life. My work is slowed down. I'm hardly recognizable anymore. I just needed help. I couldn't eat. I couldn't.
Wait a minute. Hold on.
I'm hard.
Is Edward Norton anti-Trump? I never heard anything from him. Is Edward Norton anti-Trump? I didn't know that. Like, why specifically would he be in this ad then if he's not anti-Trump? I didn't know he was anti-Trump. But anyway, Chad, not only has John Doe been added to the tally of great producers and supporters, so has now Normal Man. Thank you very much for your generous donation, Normal Man.
Hardly recognizable anymore. I just needed help. I couldn't eat. I couldn't sleep. Constantly angry. I made everyone miserable around me.
I feel like I've aged 20 years in the last 2 years.
Robert De Niro, I know, is anti-Trump, so that one makes sense.
I've been so concerned. I was really starting to worry about my future.
The treatment is simple. Turn off. Fake news. Say your prayers, and if you ever feel anxious, just have a Diet Coke like me, and you're going to see a remarkable difference in your life.
And some McDonald's. Don't forget the McDonald's. Let's see. I was before says, does Dr. Trump, does he have the same credentials as Dr. Mario? Yes, I think so. I think they both went to the same school. All right, Chad. Here comes the Weeb stuff. So somehow World War III sparked on Twitter from something you probably are shocked about, but also not shocked about. Check this out, Chad. So somehow this image starred World War III. Let's check it out.
Around that, I'm like, how is this even possible? So the OP.
So bring back modesty, and it's like, oh, bring back modesty. That's it. That's all that was it. And in a world full of nudity, I want my girl to dress like this. And woke up to being called misogynist, a fake Christian. Yeah, everyone knows Christians, like real Christians, want women to dress like Princess Leia, slave Leia. And a P because I prefer modesty. The crazy retorts.
Says, woke up to being called a misogynist, a fake Christian, and a PDF because I prefer modesty. So this is what offended people. Says, bring back modesty, captioned, in a world full of nudity, I want my girl to dress like this. And that's literally it. That's the picture.
This is what happened. It was like, this sparked World War III. I want the girl to look modest and loving and caring. And then boom, everyone got not just angry, but insanely angry.
Oh my gosh. Offensive. No, literally, how are people mad at this? Take a look at some of these comments. Guys going shirtless don't get anyone complaining. So why do girls wearing whatever clothes they want get so much backlash? Christian weebs gotta be the worst kind of archetype, I swear. But then
crying. Oh, crying.
Things got even crazier because a bunch of people
like this, the Christian guy saying, I want my women to dress modestly. It gets a horrendous pushback. But a woman comes in wearing a full-blown hijab. Is like, oh well, that's culture. That's fine. That's not oppressive at all. Because it's like this is a preference. Like you don't have to dress modestly, but I prefer I would prefer you to dress modestly. The man would want you to dress modestly to consider you as a girlfriend kind of thing. And it's a preference. Meanwhile, the whole thing with the hijab is like you have to wear it or you can get stoned to death or beheaded or something. But that's fine though. As long as you're oppressing the woman into doing something, that's fine. But if you're just expressing your preference, that's evil. That's oppressive. That's evil. Fake Christian
who advocate for Sharia law then tried to use this as an own against the OP or something. And I'm like, what is going on here? How is this real? See, look at this. It says the kafar yearn for Sharia. Kafar, I guess, is like a non-believer or something. I just had to look that up. So if you want your woman to look like this, you're not forcing her. You prefer a modest look. And again, you're not forcing her. Well, you might as well just want Sharia law at that point. just join the Sharia law advocate.
Like if you wanting Sharia, like it's like this saying your preference where you like, oh, you want Sharia law, but have actually installing Sharia law and enforcing Sharia law and demanding like this, expecting Sharia law. Oh, that's fine. That's something that should be defended. But if you're a Christian saying, I want a modest girl, boom, you want Sharia law. That's wrong. But having Sharia law is okay, which is very interesting. How do you do that? How do you do that in your mind? Where it's like, okay, wanting Sharia law is terrible, but enforcing Sharia law that should be protected. And if you go against that, you're a bigot. I don't know how that works. I don't know how brain rotted you have to be to reach that level of doublethink.
It's like, dude, what are you even saying? That's crazy. There's more. Cool. Now let women wear headscarves, please. Headscarf is referring to a hijab. What's this one? Look at this one. Listen here, you Christians. Shut the frick up. Instead
Is it really like this a bunch of Muslims hating on this guy? Is that what it is?
of whining on Twitter, go to your dang Sunday mass, you idiots. Women can wear whatever they want. Just shut your dang mouths and repent. Okay, dude. What's wrong with
Repent. This is psycho over
your
here.
brain? Holy smokes. How do you see this and you go off like that? There's more. The Goyim think this is modest. Yeah, because she's still like got her head uncovered. So they're like, oh, you haven't seen true modesty. Oh, and her hands and wrists are uncovered. Oh my gosh, we can't have that. In a world full of nudity, there's something that kind of counteracts that perfectly and has been around for centuries, but you do you. I'm pretty sure they're referring to Sharia law again. And then right here, you can see breaking news. Christian extremists are demanding Sharia law in the United
Christian extremists.
States.
And see, Debo Zero, thanks for the gifted membership. Thank you very much, Debo Zero. Appreciate it. Fantastic. Let me see here.
Nice.
Very nice, Debo Zero. And welcome the new member of the Lit Legion, who we shall past shows, and the custom emojis. Thank you very much. These ever for us. Back in the day, those parts of the body were saved for the bedroom, not to show off at Walmart. Usually, yeah. It's supposed to be.
How are these people so disingenuous? That's actually insane. Bro simply has a stylistic preference, and these people are like, oh, you're a Christian extremist. Or, well, see, this is why Sharia law is good. It's the same thing. Like, dude, it's not the same thing at all. But yeah, Twitter is freaking insane, bro. Be safe out there.
Twitter is insane. All right, here we go, chat. I know there's not Weeb stuff yet, but this is pretty funny. I want to watch at least a little bit of this. If it's good, we'll watch more of it. But I didn't know this until I just like yesterday. But apparently they managed to swindle Gary Nerdrotic into playing this. What's called mixtape. Playing mixtape. These guards, remember the folks, the inbreeding makes them dumb, quick to anger, and prone to lying. Also, they're very weak in game. Just saying. There's a lot of inbreed. There's that's not even a main thing to say. It's literally inbreeding is a thing because the UK had to recently legalize same like first cousin marriage or something like that for this. So that's crazy. Anyway, chat. Here we go. Let's see what Gary, who is like how old is he, like 50, almost 60 years old. How's he going to relate to this? Because Mahler is like what 30 something. So basically we have like a bunch of guys who are around 30 something, the same age, play this, but Gary has like, it's like he's older. Like, so he was like probably like around this time, probably an adult around this era, like in the 90s. I was like a kid. I think all of us were kids, but I think Gary was probably like teenager, 20 something.
Hi.
So this should be interesting. It should be interesting.
Welcome back to Nerdrotic
How does audio so bad? I hope it gets better.
Gaming. Super late.
I want to say something lighthearted, so I say
What better way to spend July 4th than watching a game that encapsulates the spirit of rebellion? The super cool rebellious characters, the mixtape crew.
I bet one of us dies this time.
Stacy Rockford.
The coolest character who's ever been written.
She's a loose cannon. She's a messy woman.
Oh, wait, what? Oh, what's that? Okay. I forgot what the other controllers were supposed to do. How long does this go?
A long time.
Mixtape that they introduced with a CD.
Is that Kyle driving?
Yeah, I thought he was playing football at Colorado.
Maybe he's going to the party.
Think he can buy some vodka?
I'll ask him.
Women in their vodka.
All you need to do to get people to buy you liquors, you find an illegal alien. You give them an extra $10,
My dad's home.
and they buy you all the alcohol you need. Fucking easy. Come on. Wait, secret hand. What the
Secret
what
handshake.
the fuck? All right, let's go with E for dick. Why am I doing this? Why? Am I just hitting buttons? What was that for? I'm sorry to interrupt this riveting gameplay, but I need to see the chat. Well, how am I doing so far? I pressed some random fucking buttons to make a secret handshake that made no sense to me at all. Can ollie a little bit. I'm not really sensing that this is a game in the 90s, right? It's supposed to be in the 90s.
It feels more like the 80s or something.
They don't really have a 90s.
Actually, it feels like it's supposed to be the 80s, but like the person has only ever experienced life in the 2020s because like the wireless headset. How did no one say, "Hey, how come this character has a wireless headphone set"? Why is that? It's supposed to be the 90s, right? That's not how the 90s worked. You idiot. It's actually the Sue says, is he playing or watching the game? I think he's playing the game. I think he's playing the game.
Look about them. Oh, am I supposed to remember what I pressed for the handshake? Oh, I fucked. I don't remember what I pressed. I just pressed random numbers. I just pressed random numbers. Am I supposed to like pick a room to walk into? There's somebody masturbating in here?
We gonna get your stash and keep going?
That's a rookie move.
Yeah, have we talked?
That's a rookie move.
What?
Rookie
We
move,
all
bro.
go up to my room and immediately bolt? Dad, give away you're grabbing booze.
Fastest way to get your bag checked. 20 minutes minimum.
Okay. Hey, the doors were open. I'm not really sure what to do. Mahler, what the fuck am I supposed to do?
Was Marlon like the chat or something?
I'm pretty sure somebody said something. And I didn't pay attention.
Feminist. I've always championed women. No, you haven't. You haven't. This shit came out and you're fucking scared. You did something.
You did something. I just think of that clip every single time I see Van Slater as the character. I just think about. I just think about that section of Bill Burr's like a stand-up comedy routine. Like, you did something. What did you do? What are you doing? Like some sort of predator? You're there for some reason.
Not yet.
What the fuck are we doing?
But again, he's just an idiot simp because it's made by a woman. It's like he has no ill intentions. He's just kind of like, you know, legitimately just hanging around, because that's kind of how women tend to write men, no matter what kind of man it is. Men in a woman's story is just basically like an accessory. Is like he's there to be to absorb her craziness, her strangeness. He thinks it's charming, right? Even Family Guy made fun of this. Like, oh, I'm befuddled. Like, oh, I'm so clumsily befuddled. Oh my goodness, you're such a free spirit. Like, I like the fact that you're a free spirit. Like, no matter what she does, he likes it or finds it charming. And you know this because not only did Family Guy make fun of it, but if you ever go back to Star Wars Outlaws, right? The Mahler video showed this pretty well. What happens every single time Kay does something that should get her killed? Like what happens every single time she like you know, tempts the ire of some guy, of some organization? What happens? 9 times out of 10, it's like they don't actually kill her when they have the chance to go, oh, I'm impressed, right? They're always impressed. Oh, you killed like 40 of my guys and stole this thing from under my nose. I'm impressed. Not that I'm going to shoot you in the face for doing that to me. Like, oh, I'm impressed. You can do whatever. You can get away with it. Hey, Jay Price is there. I remember him. Where have you been, Jay Price? Where are you? But yeah, I remember that. It's just it's so a man and a woman story is essentially that. He is supportive. He kind of finds whatever she does charming and cool, or whatever, or some of interest. Like, oh, that's pretty cool. And then he's there to like get her out of trouble and support whatever she does. Like, so Van Slater in this story is basically just a guy who goes, oh yeah, it's so deep and smart. Insane. Don says, thank you for calling him Van Slater Litef. Some people just get it wrong, and his purpose is to validate Stacey Rockford and pay for her. Yes, that's essentially how men are written in women's stories. Now, is that fair? Maybe not, but it's kind of how women are in men's stories. You know, you just fridge them. You know, it's fine. So it's technically fine because it's supposed to be made for girls. So you got the guys as kind of an accessory, which is technically fine. But it is funny because usually it's so blatant. First of all, it's really blatant in these kind of stories when it's like a inexperienced writer, female writer writing. It's like, okay, well, this guy is just he smiled billionarily. Like, you know what's interesting to them. He's not an actual full character, which is technically fine. But here's the thing. Here's where it gets a little bit messy, because when we do that, when we have like a cool like male centric story made for men, and it's like there's a woman in there, oh, suddenly she has to have full agency, she has to be a full character. But if it's a story made for women, oh, who cares? The guy is just there to do his job. He's there to pay for all of her stuff, get her out of trouble, and say that she's smart and awesome at every turn. That's it. So no one bats an eye when women do this to men. But when a female character is in a man's story and she's basically just there to lavish him with affection and support him and stuff, and is not really doesn't really have a character arc of her own, suddenly not only is she owed a character arc and agency, she has to then suddenly be corrected into being the main character. Like, I don't think that's how that's supposed to be working. But yeah, his name is Van Slater, not Slater, Van Slater. All right, so that's technically the full name. All right, it's like everyone calls Osama bin Laden. They don't call him Laden. All right, bin is like the Middle Eastern thing of van, like the same thing. It's like Van, Von, Bin. So you have to add in the whole thing. So it's his real last name is Van Slater.
Then.
Oh, the light dots? Is that what I'm saying?
Says whenever he has any independence, she immediately gets upset when Jenny fucking got good speed flirts. Yeah, that's true. But this is also like the mindset of this kind of like writer, I guess, because the same thing happened in Corella. Because like the Corella turns to Jasper and goes, and that's why I like Horace, the skinny one, and goes, that's what I like about you. You always do everything I say. Because it's a woman saying that to a man, of course, it's considered empowering, not oppressive.
Supposed to do? Why?
My hair care products are filth and malevolence.
I would never get that out of my mind. It's so gross. Did they write that line thinking that's cool? That's gross. Filth and malevolence. That's my hair care product. It kind of reminds me of that one moment in Futurama where the one where they kind of where Fry meets that 80s guy. Or that when he meets that one 80s guy and the 80s guy's like, hey, do you need any hair gel? And Fry's like, no, I'll make my own. And he slicks his hair back and it stays due to his own natural grease. Like, it's gross. It's nasty.
Oh my God. Why am I playing a girl? It's fucking retarded. Girls didn't have to go out and find drugs anyway. Girls just fucking sat around while the dudes found the drugs, all right? They're just like, I'm a girl and I'm pretty. Just give me drugs. And we did. All right, there's a dot on the fucking... Wait, am I supposed to... I'm just supposed to press this? What the fuck is this shit?
EM17 boombox. Taped a lot of radio on this thing. Now
Taped a lot of radio on this thing. Now it's dedicated to the hallway because we have compact disc now. I want to be a music director.
You know, she's probably a CEO in Hollywood right now. Or no, sorry, HR manager.
I hope not, because that means her dream actually did come true, and she does not owe that. That's not, you can't reward this.
Yellow dot on the desk. On the desk. Wait, we gotta do this first.
I tape MTV when I'm not home. Films aren't all strings and trumpets in the 90s. You gotta be close to the bleeding edge.
Oh my God. I want to punch her. By the way,
like everyone's the same reaction. He's just so insufferable. What is it about like SJW writers and making characters that everyone finds insufferable? They think that a character being insufferable and super edgy and cool, like fake poser, is cool, but it's not. And what's weird is that they always write the same character the same way. I usually kind of harp on the fact that they always write the same character, like they have one character they write. But this time I'm talking about they always make the same poser character. Like their characters always feel fake, like they're putting on an act. They don't really feel organic in any way. It's like they're writing a character that they wanted to be, but they don't know how to be. It's like it feels so artificial, like every time, and not just in this game. I'm talking about like in comics and movies and shows. I think that's kind of why it feels so off-putting, this instinctively, because every single time they do this, it's the same character, like trying to like try way too hard to be the character, to be cool, to be edgy, to be the rebel or something. They try way too hard, like this. Overcompensating for not being that way in real life. Normal man, additional $5 super chat from Normal Man. Thank you very much. Gary's background makes him playing this game even more funny because his background is in getting things. That is, yes. It's like found the meth. What do you mean found the meth? You provided the meth. Yeah, it's like no one. He didn't find anyone any drugs. He was the one who had the drugs to be found. Anyway, Chad. Anyway, I still want to do this game. I still want to play this game. Now that John Doe and all of you have given me so much support lately, I think I will go ahead and buy Mixtape, and I have to do it on OBS. That's the whole thing. And I want to make sure that it's running fine. But I want to do it on OBS. But I do want to play this because I probably have some unique perspectives outside of Gary and Mahler, because I was a DJ for a big significant portion of my life. Like I went to parties and DJ'd. I carried in speakers. I set up the speakers. I was my own roadie. Like I knew how to set up speakers and connect everything and all that stuff. I did gigs on my own. And that's for years. For years I did that. So as a professional former DJ, big part of my job was doing what she does, is making playlists. It wasn't that big of a task. You know what the real big task was? Reading the room. That was the task. That's the big task of being a DJ, is knowing how to read the room. It really was a huge task because you had to kind of suss out how people are feeling throughout the night. Like, do you need some dance music? Do you need some calm? Like, what else? What kind of song should go next? All right, what kind of song should go next? Now you make a playlist, knowing this stuff, like kind of putting together a a hypothetical read of the room, like, okay, I need some of this first to start the party, and then go into this, kind of do the mood. But no plan survives contacts with the enemy, right? So you kind of have, it might work for a while, and you might have some songs later that might be good for another time. But that was the big task, reading the room. Okay, no one will make a playlist that is kind of like predicts everything that's going on. And to be fair, that happens here. She can't really predict everything that happens. But yeah, that's this part of it. I've never actually heard of someone having an entire job whose whole entire skill set is you pick songs and put it in order. It sounds retarded to me. There's no way that being like a sound director or whatever she wants to be is just that, picking songs. To me, that sounds like the hypothetical idea guy. How everyone like had the idea of like being an idea guy. You didn't have to code, right? It's like the idea guy for a video game, as if that role existed, right? It's like there's no role in any company whose entire thing is being the idea guy. Everyone has ideas for video games. Usually, you have to be a programmer or a coder or know what to do first, and then what usually happens is, like, some of the coders or programmers or whatever or game developers in the studio will come up with like a working model for a game, and then go, hey, check this out. And then they go, oh, wait, that's pretty awesome. Let's just do that. So there's no idea guy, but that was like a dream, right? That was like a dream job when you're a kid. At least when I was growing up, that was a dream job as a kid. Like, oh, I don't know how to code or anything, but I do want to be like an idea guy that comes up with cool ideas for games. So that's what it feels like to me. Like the whole idea of you're getting a job and an insanely like high paying career because you can pick songs and put them in order feels like this, on the same level as being an idea guy for video games. That's what it feels like to me.
Nobody talked like that back then. Like, who's the voice actor? Is this their interpretation of rascally 90s girl? Oh, yellow dot. Is this what I've been looking for the whole time? This reminds me when I was trying to find the fucking key in The Witcher. It's the exact same thing.
My first kiss was with Colin Bruce. I didn't like Colin at all, but he was
he's a boy?
accessible, and honestly, I just wanted to get it out of the way. It was everything I hoped it wouldn't be. The mixtape he made me is entitled Music.
Like, yeah, because he's a boy. Can't really have that.
That explains how you make me feel.
Can't really have heterosexuality. That's just gross.
And the opening track is the 10-minute instrumental Odyssey, Galaxy, and Turia by Alice Coltrane, released in 1971. Totally ruined it for me.
That's what it sounds like to me. It just goes in one ear and out the other. This is why it feels like a poser, because you're just rattling off this crap to sound smart. You're not actually going into it, like the history, or you don't really sound knowledgeable. You sound like like Mueller says in his stream, this character sounds like she just got a bunch of fun facts off of Wikipedia or something and is just rattling them off. Because this is how you dictate information on something if you want to show off. Not if you're knowledgeable. Like, you're just saying things as if the person knows what you're talking about, which they probably don't, because it's a very niche topic. So, like, if you really want to sound knowledgeable, you'd be like, okay, here's this, and who this person is, what this means, and you know who did this better? You know who did this way better? Talked about music? Patrick Bateman from American Psycho, because Patrick Bateman from American Psycho was written by Bret Easton Ellis from the feelings of Bret Easton Ellis. Like, Patrick Bateman from American Psycho is essentially Bret Easton Ellis, who generated from Bret Easton Ellis's feelings when he first entered New York. So that's what gave birth to Patrick Bateman. was how much Bret Easton Ellis personally hated the culture of New York. So that's also why, by the way, Patrick Bateman kind of rattles off his interpretations and his discussions about media, because that's what Bret Easton Ellis does. He just discusses media. So and he found out that he couldn't because of the culture of New York. It doesn't allow that. So that's why he was so frustrated. He wanted to talk about movies, and all they wanted to do was talk about politics. And even before Trump, I think all they wanted to do was talk about politics and crap. So But Patrick Bateman did a way better job going over media and songs. And like, man, it's just Patrick Bateman might be insane, but at least he sounds knowledgeable on the topics at hand. She's just rattling off nonsense, trying to seem intelligent. Let's see. Life Hassel says, LD, it's death to intellect. Don't do it. Don't go to the dark side. Let's see. Darwin Trunk says, LD, I've been watching Nutty and Michael Farrar Jr. to learn OBS. I recommend them. Okay, I'll check that out. I think I have it mostly set up. I just need to finish it off. Make sure it's good. Let's see. Loading crew. Electra 250. Thank you very much. Happy birthday, everyone. Hello to you, loading crew. And thank you very much, loading crew. Thank you very, very much. Appreciate it. And happy 250th to you as well, Stu of the Stu crew. Nice. It's a Brown Gaijin. Hello to you. Welcome back, Brown Gaijin. I haven't seen you in a while, but hello to you, Brown Gaijin. Yes. Let's see. Brown Gaijin says, your job would have been made much better as a story game with this, especially the reading of the room part. Happy 4th of July and happy 50th. Exactly. So your job would have been made a much better story. Yeah, I think it would. There's some strange stories like and one time I was at a wedding where everyone was so happy to drink, they kind of finished an entire keg of beer before it started. They had to go out. I remember seeing them like it was like a wedding, I think. It was like this, they had to send out people to go get a new keg of beer because they already finished it. And the wedding reception hadn't even started yet. It was like, wow, they're ready to go. They're ready to party. And see. I'll sit this one out. Mixtape is an insult to us who grew up in this region at this time. It's fantasy FF for boring SJW Karens. Kind of what it is, yeah. Also, why do these characters have SoCal accents in North Cal? I don't know. I don't know the accents, but they do feel like they're from California. I have to say, they do feel like they're from California. Just hands down.
Well, he's obviously gay, so you don't have to worry about it. Oh my God. He's got a big nose. What the fuck? Okay, for one, when the fuck?
The infamous kissing scene.
This is like this. It's racist. What the fuck? I hate you, Mahler.
That's enough.
Yeah, that's how I feel about this game.
I can't work in the fucking kayak shack. The radio's on smooth hits 24/7 and drown myself.
Can I hit a button to drown her? Can I go downstairs now?
Just like her.
Not yet.
Fuck, why? I want to leave. Oh, man.
Okay, something's happening.
All right, based.
Almost.
He makes the girls push the car. Now drive off.
I mean, I think it is his car, so I mean, that's fair is fair.
Wait, we're back here? I thought we were doing... what are we doing? Why?
I'm gonna bump into her at Roastery on Franklin and Broadway. She's a regular.
So you're stalking her?
I'm stalking her.
Because you're a lesbian. So why... Who wrote this? Can I go downstairs yet?
Not yet.
Oh, fuck. I'll tell you right now. People like to... This game is fucking stupid, but people like to glamorize the 80s and 90s and romanticize it. And I promise you, if for the youngins out there, not for the olds, you know what I'm talking about. If you were at that time, you would fucking hate it. You would hate it, be crying for your mama, and be begging to come back to modern days. It was fucking boring. That's why we did drugs. Oh boy, we're back here. Is that what I'm doing? I'm putting the picture back up. No. Do I have to find another picture to put up there? Don't, please. Can I play Witcher 3?
Flashback.
Or just some hag?
Some hag. Maybe she's a bit of a hottie.
Maybe. Well, I'm hoping so.
Well, let's find out if you can find the fucking door. End of flashback.
I don't know what to do. 2 more. Good song. Wait, am I supposed to drive this? I didn't pay attention.
This is a terrible idea. What are we doing?
That puts you in Nazis! Don't blink! Oh! Perfect choice!
Yes. Yes, let's go.
This scene.
And they all died. The end. What the hell was that?
It's Cryer has literally having to co-pilot for Gary to play this game. It's dangerous. It's too dangerous to go alone. Let's see. Arizona says, "Have you seen the video where Oni plays keeps accidentally predicting the terrible dialogue in Forsaken? This game gives me the same way. Yeah, because it's like the same kind of game, same kind of dialogue, same kind of mindset. They all talk the same way. They all think this. It's how it comes from all thinking the same way, all having the same exact opinions, like right down to the nub. Like they all think the exact same way. So they write the same dialogue, the same personality. They think the same things are cool. Like there's no differences between them.
Please tell me.
Maybe Polly's sister.
We're
can get
still
us
in this
police?
fucking room?
Cool.
Oh boy. Another flashback, and then we'll end up back in the fucking room again. Do we actually do anything in this game? Mahler said it's 3 hours now. For me, it'll be 6. But
Sometimes I'm not even sure what I'm supposed to be feeling.
The entire Preston, thanks for the truth. Or Streamlab says this game here is just a pretentious art film made by a douchebag from Australia named Johnny Galvatron. Yeah, that's his actual name. He dresses like and acts like he's a teenager despite being 40. Also, Stacy and Cassandra are the I'm not like other girl. Yeah, but as Rags once said, when the EFAP crew voiced the characters in Gotham High, none of these girls are like other girls. In fact, being regular and girly would be not like other girls.
Some days I feel nothing at all. But you
Like our media was just invaded by these weird lesbians, and it just kind of like, and so being a normal girl became strange and unthinkable.
pick the
it's
right
that time of the
song.
month. Get over it.
It holds you in the moment. It gives it meaning.
Oh, this is
The
so
music's
deep and
good
profound.
there, and
I'm talking over it.
it's got skulls on
Are
it.
they lesbos?
Thank you.
Hey! Hey, are you gonna pay
Are they
for that?
clam
You know how to
bumpers?
jet?
To what?
I'm so glad I saw that scene. I moved. I feel like I really understand the character of I can't remember her fucking name.
Oh God, Jenny fucking Goodspeed is in this photo. She haunts me.
What's your problem with Jenny?
Oh, we're gonna find out what her problem with Jenny is, everybody.
What are you doing?
Right?
Oh, hey,
Dang.
Jennifer,
Hey, Jenny.
Cassandra, your bangs are hot.
Oh my God, thank you.
Are you gonna come with us to Mickey's?
I
I'll
hate
try
you,
and
Mahler.
convince my dad.
I will have my vengeance.
I'm not.
These are
above
like the
hooking
most
you up,
boring
though.
people in the history of the
Try it.
90s. Wait. Let's go around. Do we have to? Oh, got to go into the drawer. Not the power mix. Look for the revolver. Is there a revolver in here? Can I just end it all? Oh, woo! Flashback time, everybody. Isn't this a game? I mean, I could like walk away for a few minutes and come back, and I'm still winning the game. I hope Bigfoot comes and rips them all to shreds. Oh, I have to look for something? For fuck's sake. Somebody paid to have this made? I mean, Lord of the Ring Gollum was more entertaining than this. And I'm not kidding.
That's why he likes his cave. Shit. Yeah. The cave is the natural enemy of the sun.
Yes. and jumping is the natural enemy of Gary.
It is. Okay, so it said press A to jump, and it's my A's not.
I was like this. I never actually seen him play Gollum, but I just knew it was awful. I mean, first of all, you know it was going to be awful because of the hair they gave him. Like, what the hell? This gave him like this weird plait of hair. Like, what this blop of hair?
Working, dude.
This dollop of hair.
Damn, your sister's cool.
Damn, she's cool. Yeah, she fucking sends us on a wild.
It's all about drinking and smoking and drinking and smoking and drinking and smoking and all that stuff. Like, what about beer, weed, weed? What about all this stuff? Like, that's all they're concerned with is drinking, smoking, and committing crimes.
Goose chase to find fucking booze. How fucking cool! You know, a cool sister would have just left it in the fucking cabinet and then told on you after you drank all the booze. That's what big sisters do. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Am I a little bitter? Yes. Can we run in front of a train and die? So somebody thought, hey, you know, it's a great.
Oh, gee, Glib. Back in the day, it was smoke and drink and then plot and then ski. How we're going to be rich and famous. Yeah, that's usually how it goes. Like, I'll be rich and famous someday. I just plot and scheme that way. The person says, "We all owe Life is Strange an apology." Yeah, we thought Life is Strange was as worse as going to get, as pretentious as going to get. But no, we're caught off guard. Like we're sweet summer children in that regard. We didn't know how far the bar can fall.
Great idea. We're gonna have them walk through the forest and do nothing, for long periods of time, and thought, we got it, guys. We got it. This will get them Gen Alphas and Gen Zs who are starting to get nostalgic about the 90s. No, I have to stop moving because I'm bored. You know, I'd rather look out my window. We're looking for booze. You could have planted and grown some weed in this time. I mean, it grows great up there. Oh my God! Please tell me that.
Like he's giving them pointers. Look, kids, you can grow weed over here, right? It's the optimal environment.
Hobos in this tunnel that'll rape and murder them.
No, Life is Strange causes genre of games. I guess so. Yeah, technically speaking, like they kind of really hammered home that you can have like a game that has like no gameplay as a viable idea. Telltale Games kind of did it as well, but Telltale Games told good stories. It wasn't about how awesome you were and how pretentious the writer could be. It had some good twists and turns. So, but unfortunately, technically speaking, Telltale Games also has laid the foundation for this. I mean, I think they also kind of like laid the foundation for like Life is Strange and stuff, but it just got worse. Like it's just Telltale Games are good, and then the games that kind of copied from it, really, really bad. Really, really bad. Glib says we're not nostalgic about the 90s as a time period. Moreover, what people are always nostalgic about is what is lost from that time period. And that's kind of what we bring back, right? It's kind of when we have like something set in the 80s or 70s or 90s. It's what we remember and what is no longer there. Yeah.
I think we're supposed to go all the way to the far side of the fields.
Oh, great. Do we have to walk all the way over there?
Let's waste an afternoon.
It's never a waste.
Because I'm with my friends.
Hooray! Yeah, it's a positive future. Like Glib said, yeah. I still felt like it had a positive future to it until the Marxists got involved and joined forces with the boomer hippies, and then all went downhill.
I'm gonna jump. Oh, are they on Mars? Am I the only person playing this game right now? There's 82 players? No. Is that true? Gary is one of 80 people playing this game. To the other 80 people out there, what the fuck is wrong? I hope you're streaming.
Hold on, chat. Look, here's like you can really have a character talk about media in a movie and still be interesting. Like just the famous scene from American Psycho. This is how he does it. This is for comparison.
When sports came out in '83, I think they really came into their own.
See, like just it's like this. Almost feel like the same thing, right? But
commercially and artistically.
But at least Patrick Bateman has the self-awareness to take meds. At least he knows that, as insane as he is, he knows that he needs meds.
The whole album has a clear, crisp sound and a new sheen of consummate professionalism that really gives the songs
a big boost.
Big boost.
See, there's a medication Patrick Bateman take only as prescribed by a physician. Let's see.
Something.
No, Helen.
Ow.
Is that a raincoat?
Yes, it is. 4, their most accomplished album. I think their undisputed masterpiece is Hip to Be
Square. See, this is way better than Mixtape. Way better. At least you can hear the music, and as he explains it, why it's so good, what he likes about it, because you can get a lot of insight into Patrick Bateman as a character from listening talk about what he likes about the music, not about the music itself, but what he likes about it. All right, so what's her name? Stacy, because of course her name is Stacy, but she just like tells you about it. Like, she's like, here's the song, and here's where it's from, and here's who did it, and it's just she's just rattling off facts. She's not like going into it and like taking it apart and telling you exactly what she likes about it, like Patrick Bateman does. He's talking about like, oh, it not only does it give you the pleasures of conformity, but it's something that he at least he goes into it and gives you his insight and why he likes this music. Stacey's is like, oh, look at this. This song exists, essentially, is what she's doing. When Life is Strange came out, it was a bit too bass for me. But when Life is Strange 2 came out, it had a woke factor that really gave the song. See, this is why Glib is awesome. I think we're on the same vibe length most of the time. I knew exactly. I didn't even read this chat first. I knew exactly what was coming, and I am grateful for it. Always grateful for Glib. Glib is awesome. This is why Glib is awesome. Let's see, when Life is Strange came out, it was a bit too bass for me. But when Life is Strange 2 came out, it had a woke factor that really gave the songs a big wholesome chungus. Is that a raincoat?
All right, how long am I doing this? Can I make it stop?
Yes, it is. Is that a cringe?
Maria, what?
Did you just cringe? Yes, I did.
What the No, acid was way more enjoyable than that.
This could be our kingdom. We could get fucked up here.
We could get fucked up here.
Maybe
we all got wasted. Remember, ever seen Beer Fest? That's a really good song from Beer Fest. I think it's the ending song. We got fucked up and wasted. That's it. That should be playing the entire time. That's the only song Stacey should be talking about.
squeal.
You gotta throw a party.
No.
We could get fucked up here.
Why not?
It's time.
Oh, Jesus
Say
Christ.
adios to my
We're
house,
still in the fucking house. I thought we had left the house. Oh, Jesus Christ. Completed all memories, it said on Steam. I guess I accomplished something.
This is Monochrome by British
pushing
Blues
A
off their
above.
Listen, all right. Listen to how she talks about this. It didn't really get any insight. It's as far as I remember.
Completed all memories, it said on Steam. I guess I accomplished something.
This is Monochrome by British
pushing
Blues
This is Monochrome by this band.
off their
a
second
bunch.
album, Spooky.
Gary, when does the game start? I don't know.
She kind of just rattles off facts. I think it's what Mahler caught, either intentionally or unintentionally, like subconsciously. But it's a big difference between how Patrick Bateman or anyone who's actually interested in this stuff talks and how someone trying to impress you with their knowledge speaks. It's like, okay, I'm trying to impress you, but I'm not going to give you anything about it. I'm just going to tell you facts, because she's like autistically read some facts about music. As opposed to, here's this song and here's who it's by and here's like some history about the guy. Here's what generated the song and like where we came up. It's like when I talked about a second ago about American Psycho, right? Like, but American Psycho was written from the frustrations Bret Easton Ellis actually had when he went to New York, right? Because he wanted to talk about movies and he wanted to talk about movies and culture, because he's based like that. but everyone else he ever want to talk to in New York just want to talk politics. So there he is having like food, having like meals and discussions and everything with other people, with his friends and supposed compatriots. And he's like, "Oh, what about this new movie? Or what about that new movie? Or this new TV show?" And they're like, "Yeah. What about Trump? Or something like that. What about this new Republican that's trying to run for our office?" And is so obsessed with politics, and he hated that. So the Patrick Bateman's hatred for yuppies and hatred for like his own kind, these like high rollers and stuff. Like Patrick Bateman's like self-loathing hatred is Bret Easton Ellis's real feelings from that time. He just kind of put it into a character named Patrick Bateman and add a little bit of psycho to it. Yeah, come on, stop showing off, LD. How dare you talk about something you like in an interesting way? Exactly. How dare you? I'm just wanting to talk about, did you know that like the book American Psycho was like written by Bret Easton Ellis to go over the 80s and the craziness of that era? It's pretty cool. By the way, Trump is a big part of the actual story of American Psycho, because during the 80s, all the Wall Street guys worshiped Trump like a god. That was a real thing that happened.
John, I don't know. Oh wait, am I supposed to do something here? What am I doing?
Hello to you, Megalithon. LD, happy 4th of July. Hello to you, Megalithon. Happy 4th of July to you as well. Well, you as well, Megalithon. Hope it's fantastic.
Oh, swing with an A.
You got it.
Oh, I get it now. Kind of.
All good. Watch the ball.
Hey, Rockford, you suck!
Hey, fuck you, Woodley, you piece of shit!
I like how this level of, we'll say woman writer, because I don't really see this for men very often, but for some reason these SJW women, they think that the ultimate comeback is fuck you. They think like dropping a fuck you is just oh my goodness, I can't believe you came up with that retort. Like, I'm crushed and destroyed. I do think that's the ultimate win button. Just go fuck you, and that's it. I don't know. I know it to most people that might seem like that's just like something you say when you have no retort, but to them that's like the ultimate retort. Like, I won because I said fuck you. It's kind of the same thing of like when we read that article with Cow Bebop, which really opened my eyes to a few things that are really rotting the core of our culture, is that people are not incapable of writing masterpieces. They're not resorting to just writing slop because they can't do anything else. They want the slop. They don't like well-made stuff. They don't like the gourmet food. They kind of just brush aside the gourmet food for slop. Like, they encounter a well-made subtle show or movie and go, where's the funny? Where are the therapy scenes? They want the slop. They think slop is the peak form of writing. So it's not just like they need to, if they only had more training or realized that their art would work better if they, learn how to structure a story better or something like that. There's no amount of fixing that'll cure that. Right? There's no amount of enhancement or skill or practice that'll fix that, because they think that slop is the best and peak form of writing. They can't understand actual good writing. They think it's terrible.
Nice. The bat's too small.
See, Dr. E. Ryan the Fourth says, happy 4th of July, LD, and best chat. Today we celebrated my dad's birthday. Fantastic. So we had a huge barbecue and a brand new 70-inch plasma screen TV without Netflix, because my dad doesn't care for it. That sounds pretty good. I'm glad you had a great day. Dr. E. Ryan the Fourth sounds pretty good to me. A lot of barbecue sounds pretty good.
That's too small.
No, it's not.
Yep, all those girls. I'm swinging too late. I'm swinging too soon.
Too early, yeah.
Swinging way too soon.
Way too late. We're supposed to be like smacking out of the park. You think to make this easier to hit? Because it's supposed to be like, fuck you. And then she like smacks it out of the park. That's kind of what happens when you actually hit it. They go, whoa, that's insane. That's crazy. Whoa, it's a home run. And she breaks a light way over there. So you think they make it easier to hit if that's the case, to really hammer it home.
I think I'm supposed to hit him at the same time. I'm not getting any of this shit. Let's see if I can hit one. Nope. Nope.
Ah! There we go. You got the touch.
Shit.
Oh boy.
At least pretend it's a game.
More flashbacks. What the fuck? I'm trying to get there.
Jenny fucking Goodspeed.
Jenny mix fucking tape.
It's good.
Oh, this scene.
Sometimes an experience can't be categorized in a single genre. It's too complex. I find these situations difficult. You need
Tell
a
me
song
of
that
the
plays
complexity of this game and the
Something that
human
fills the
emotions involved in it.
casts your feelings in relief.
Oh my god, I need to
This
cleanse
is
my
B.J.
palate after
Thomas
watching
with
Supergirl
Most of All,
twice. And this?
In 1968.
What the fuck are we doing? Wait, I'm supposed to move? Why? What's D? Oh. Okay, I'm just gonna have her knock over all the fucking tables.
But I won't be around.
What are we doing? I don't care. I'm just gonna let her fly. I don't care. I hope Mahler got enough. Oh. Okay, I can't take another one of these fucking flashbacks. Where are we going? What are we doing? Why do I care about this? Okay, I'm out. I'm out. I'm out.
He didn't finish the game. He's like, I'm done. I'm done with this.
Out. I'm out.
Game over. There we go, chat. There's Nerdrotic playing mixtape. Could make it all the way through. Just had to like this done. This is too overwhelming, stupid that he had to quit. Just quit right in the middle of it. All right, chat. Well, let's check this out. We're going to switch back to Weeb Day here, and we're going to check this video out. Anyway, so this is anime versus women. Let's see how this goes. Apparently, there's a big controversy of anime and women and how they handle women or whatever. So let's check it out.
Most of my YouTube content around analyzing women in anime.
Oh, jeez.
As a woman who watches anime. So I have a lot of thoughts on this topic. Get in, losers. We're talking about TikTok, Joey the Anime Man, and female characters.
My anime hot take is that we need more female protagonists.
Enough said. What? Why? For what reason?
Sailor Moon, Madoka Magica, those are the obvious ones.
Serial Experiment Flame, Girl Who Lives Through Time, Kill la Kill, Kanan, Ogre
There's
Props.
so many. Yeah, there's so many female protagonists in anime. It's not. We don't need representation, first of all, but there are a lot. I don't know what the hell you're talking about.
Someone said, how does it not make
I feel like that's just like a thing that you say. Like you don't even know. You're just like, okay, yeah, we just need more female representation in anime because assume that there's none. That's just the usual response you give.
sense when I said it does not make sense.
Let me explain what Joey did wrong here in a more analytical way.
This video is so weird to me because I've never seen
And I
a
feel
group
like the
of people
reason
try
why
to
this take doesn't really make any sense. Damn. I guess we do need more female anime protagonists, huh?
Oh my god, bro.
I did the glasses.
Oh, hell no.
Hello, I'm InaQ. Welcome back to my channel. This upload was supposed to be my JoJo's Part 3 video, but I have been thinking about this TikTok discourse nonstop, and every time I opened YouTube or Instagram during the week, I kept seeing this discussion being talked about. And especially the responses that people were having to Joey. To catch you up on this, basically, a creator named Trapped in Anime posted a convention interview TikTok where he asked a girl for her hot anime take. And this girl says, we need more.
The generic answer is kind of like this default answer. Oh, we need more XYZ in anime. and we need more XYZ protagonists in anime. First of all, that has not worked. I mean, that's pretty unfortunate now that Supergirl came out, and obviously not working. Like, just because you have a female protagonist does not mean it's going to be flooded with women, which is a very interesting mindset that they have, where they had this mindset of, if we just, obviously because we have a female main character, the girl, like little girls, they said little girls are going to just be flooding the theaters and begging their parents to take them to go see Supergirl for some reason. Even though what girls and women want to see, going by the statistics and the studies that have come out and provable, what they want to see is romance. They don't care about your Marvel slop, your Marvel slop movie, all right, with Supergirl at the main lead, right? It's because it's still Marvel slop. This was Supergirl at the main lead. Everything else still Marvel slop. It's just another space adventure with fighting and punching and kicking and girl bust moments. Blah 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 blah. Give me another spoonful of slop on my tray, please. There you go. Another girl power superhero movie. There you go. Have fun. Devour. It's because you have women as the main group. This does not work, and we know this doesn't work because this is not the first time this has happened. They tried this before already. Right, they tried this with Birds of Prey. Birds of Prey was supposed to be another get little girls into the theater movie and give them some powerful female characters to look up to. With Birds of Prey sucked. It's awful. It is an awful movie. It is horrendous. No wonder everyone just pretends it never existed. But they use the same formula here. They kind of use on Supergirl. They're like, okay, here's a bunch of female protagonists, and they're all bad. They're all like edgy, and they're all disgusting looking. Like all of them look like they're just burned out, washed up, blown out crackheads. Like they've all slept with 4,000 guys and done nothing but drugs their entire lives. Like, yeah, that's what little girls want to go see. And there's no romance, by the way, no romance. So little girls want to go see characters that are pretty and popular and fall in love with the guy. That's kind of what girls want to see. That's what they go to the movie theaters for. All right. They didn't really need to put in a lot of action in Twilight, did they? Like, just the main Bella Swan or whatever didn't need to be punching and kicking her way through a bunch of vampires. But still, theaters were flooded. Oddly enough, theaters were flooded. Turns out that women don't really want to go see blown out, disgusting bitches lead these movies, peeing with the door open, like they're acting like dudes. They don't want to see women acting like dudes. They don't look up to women acting like dudes. They just don't. And this is provable. They don't want to see women look like dudes, being gross and disgusting, and they want to see them fall in love with a man. They want to see them fall in love with a man. That's kind of a big portion there. So if you're going in making a movie that you think little girls are going to want to see, and then you take away the fact that she's pretty and refined, and you take away the romance factor, why would they go see it? Why would they go see it? Do you really think that you can just put Keanu Reeves at the head of a movie and take away the potential action that could occur, and make him like disgusting? I guess that wouldn't really matter with men, but make him like super refined or whatever. You think men like, oh yeah, I can't wait to see this metrosexual guy not do anything for an hour and a half. Awesome. You think a bunch of guys are going to flood to go see a movie just because it has Keanu Reeves in it, even though it has no action? He's like a metrosexual, and there's nothing but romance in there. I'm pretty sure that's not going to get the guy's attention. That would be crazy. That would be kind of funny to see, just to see what happens. It's like this male director is like, yes, they're making John Wick 5, but it's going to have Keanu Reeves as the main character, as the star character, but he's going to be a refined metrosexual, and there's not going to be a single action scene. Instead, I'm going to show men that they too can fall in love and find romance or something like that. Not just women. And the whole movie is about him finding Helen. It's called John Wick Finding Helen. And yeah, I'm pretty sure all the men will be clamoring for that movie. Like, oh yeah, John Wick Finding Helen, where there's no action scenes or anything. It's just about him falling in love. Hell yeah, let me buy my ticket right now. Vlad the Shrike, thanks to the $5 super chat. Thank you very, very much.
Yes.
Happy 4th of July. How's everyone? Doing pretty good, Vlad the Shrike. Happy 4th of July as well. Hope you're having a fantastic day.
Or female protagonists. That's it. That was the take. And anime
Yeah, but it's like everyone's tired of this take. Everyone's tired of this blown out, just brain dead, vapid take. We need more female protagonists. Like, it's dumb. Like, yeah, she deserved this big back because it's dumb. It's a dumb way to look at media. Like, we need more XYZ to fit some sort of quota. How about instead you write honest stories? Like, the story might require a woman, the story might require a man. We don't need to make stories with, oh, we need more female protagonists in mind. Yeah, that's a crime. Shut up. We don't want that anymore. Everyone's tired of this. Everyone's tired of this vapid take, vapid or like just standard boilerplate take of like, we need more XYZ in anime. Well, you know what? Make one. If it's that important, make one.
Fans reacted like she personally walked to Japan with a gun and shot Naruto in the chest.
Essentially what she did, because now that take is going to be, listened to by the Japanese and going, oh, we need more to artificially pump up our female protagonist numbers, right? We have to start listening to the West. This is kind of what this kind of take is flowing into the pressure that we have that America is putting on Japan to change things to suit our sensibilities. So yes, that's essentially what she did in a more metaphorical sense.
And a lot of people made response videos. They went to war.
Good. I'm glad the anime community is fed up with this crap. I'm glad. Good. Fantastic. Gatekeep this bitch. Get her out of here.
Or in the comments. And I think overall what fascinated me so much about the reaction wasn't even necessarily whether if I agreed with her or not. Well, especially her wording, but I'll get to that. What really got me was how quickly the conversation escalated emotionally, because in one sentence, this somehow turned into a massive debate about just a bunch of things. A debate on whether anime fans were misogynistic, whether anime has good female characters.
See, this bringing in those topics is just toxic. Like, right now, like, it's toxic. No, you shouldn't be bringing in these topics at all. If you are causing this topic to start up, you should be gatekept out of here. There should not be any discussion about, are they misogynistic? Should we have more female protect? Like, no, it's dumb. That's dumb. That's all woke stuff. That's all woke talking points. Patrick Bateman, even Patrick Bateman, when he talks about media, is now like, we need more women in media. We need more women. No, he's talking about the stories. He's talking about like the songs themselves. He's like, okay, well, this guy, we know Phil Collins, Genesis came out here, and there's Huey Lewis in the news. He even talked about Whitney Houston. He's not sitting there going, we need more female singers and the rock genre. He's not doing that, because he likes music and isn't retarded. So yeah, I think the thing is, if you are whatever you're saying is bringing up the discussion of we need more female protagonists, or are these guys misogynistic? That's woke stuff. Get him, whoever started that, get him out of here. All right, they should be gatekept, right? Because they're starting the wrong conversations, and these conversations no one wins. The only person who wins by engaging with those conversations are woke people. Because then they will always win emotionally, because to argue against that is to seem like you're a bigot, a hater, a misogynist. Like, what else could you be? That's why woke people have gotten so much power, because their side always seems like the most tolerant, the most nice, the nice guy side. And see, normal man, we have a good thing going, you stupid son of a bitch. Weird waifus, I won't let you ruin it. Famous Weeb Mike Ermintrout. It's been what is that? Ermintrout? That sounds familiar, that name, Mike Ermintrout. I remember that name. I remember being bad. Like, I'm pretty sure it feels like that's a bad name. I don't remember though.
Whether Western audiences understand anime, if this girl's a tourist, and if women are
right, the guy from Breaking Bad. That's it. The guy from Breaking Bad. But yeah, he's a bad guy. He's a bad guy.
Asking for too much. Whether anime fans are too defensive. This TikTok triggered a lot of the fandom, to the point where one of the biggest creators on anime YouTube, Joey the Anime Man, made a response video listing a bunch of anime with female protagonists. And before I get into any criticisms of Joey's response, and especially his response to all those responses, I want to make something very clear. I get why people on the surface are mad. I get what Joey was trying to say, But like, why did you have to be so arrogant about it?
Because you meet the same level of energy. I mean, to say we need more female protagonists in anime is very arrogant and presumptuous. You put out the energy and you're met with the same. That's why they have to be arrogant. How come you're not telling this one girl to why she had to be so arrogant and presumptuous and assertive on that front? No, we don't need more XYZ as protagonists. All right, that's woke stuff. That's corrosive. That's a cancer to whatever society or social group you're kind of trying to install that into. Every single time it just ruins it. And all of our media and culture and heroes are being degraded and brought down because of that mindset. So that's why everyone reacted, I'm pretty sure, so eagerly and enthusiastically, because they're no longer going to wait for this thing to escalate. They're going to see like the budding sprout and try to stomp it into the ground. And they're gonna see the weed starting to sprout out of the ground. They're going to pull that crap out. They're going to wait for it to go into full bloom. They've learned that this is a weed and this needs to be purged from the group, right? From the community, right? That's what happened. That's why everyone is so enthusiastic at responding to this, because they want to shut this crap down as soon as possible.
Taking off your glasses.
It's says because this initial clip was obnoxious as fuck. So Joey, yes, exactly. It was obnoxious, so they treated it obnoxiously in return.
Like,
damn. I guess we do need more female anime protagonists.
Boom! Yeah. He's the yeah.
Huh?
How bro felt after saying that. For real.
Yeah, he did, because he won.
Though
that's what he looked like after saying that. Yeah.
I want to specify on her wording, because not to put a queen down, I do agree that anime does already have so many female protagonists. Anime, I'd say, is one of, if not the biggest medium to have female protagonists in it. And I became a weeb because I watched Soul Eater, which was my gateway anime, and it had a female protagonist on it.
And there's a lot of them. And we don't need more necessarily. Right? No one needs more anything. We just need good stories. Make sure your character is cool and kind of realistic, kind of like a fleshed out character, I'd say. And the story is interesting and says something. We don't need more, artificially more of anything.
This is a Soul Eater shirt, not with the female pro tag on it, but I love my girl Maka Albarn. I love my girl Maka. She probably has the best opening for a female character in anime.
You serial killer Jack the Ripper. You're murdering Days
The Japanese really like Jack the Ripper. They like Jack the Ripper a lot, because Jack the Ripper is in a lot of different anime, and they like Dracula, but only when they change him into Alucard. They really like Alucard, because a lot of Japanese people think that's really clever to just flip over his name into Alucard.
Done. Your soul is mine.
But like overall, I don't think she was saying that there weren't any female protagonists. If you continue the video,
there's saying we need more of them, and it's to artificially make more.
She says Madoka Magica, Sailor Moon. They give examples, but also say that she wants more.
Now, why? What do you mean by more? Like, when is it enough under these circumstances? Like, you don't need more. That's a hot take because it's retarded. You don't need more. We need I don't know what the anime hot take would be, but that's like usually the hot take is some woke crap because everyone's tired of that.
Granted, we do have some. We could always use more.
We need more.
But if you
why do we need more? For what reason? I thought this Kusanagi. One of my favorites. And also one of the inspirations for Lady Midnight as a concept. Like they both work for an organization.
Had to pick, who would you say are some of your top tier?
That's the one everyone like the feminists really like and also dislike. What's her name? Her. Yeah, they like her. It's like, oh, every female character should be like this. The main character.
Some of your top tier anime female protagonists out there right now.
The entire cast of Madoka Magica.
Well said. Oh, of course, even a classic Sailor Moon.
Yes, of course.
Can't go wrong.
Yeah, you like stuff made for girls. Like the magical girl genre, surprise, surprise. The genre made for girls. Interesting that you like that genre.
Most powerful.
You know how many female characters are in that genre, it's a lot. It is a lot. Okay, there's a ton of female characters. There's a ton of them in that genre alone. There's so many. Go read manga. Learn first of all, learn how to read, I guess, and then go read manga.
On the anime universe.
We don't know what she actually meant. Maybe she meant.
Well, she said it, so we can react to it any way we want, and what is presented to us is some woke retarded shit. That's what it is. It's like, stop, make more female characters. Like, what? That's not really like that's more like a do better, Senator. Like, how? It's very abstract. It's kind of like there can never be enough. That's why it's so frustrating. Like, oh, more? What do you mean more? There's already a ton of them. What do you mean by more? What do you mean by better? Right? How do you do better? There's like no winning. You'll never be enough. It'll never be enough. That's why it's so frustrating.
More female shows that reach the mainstream, and there are female characters in the mainstream currently, which is great, like Freerin, Apothecary Diaries, Witch Hat, but there could
Freerin is awesome. Apothecary Diaries is awesome. They're both really good. Both female character led. Not only are they really awesome, not only are they led by female characters, they're also really popular. So this whole thing about everyone's just a misogynist is just nonsense. It's just completely wrong. It's just a flimsy excuse so that they can just brush off any criticism and just declare themselves geniuses or successful. Like, actually, it was successful, but we had a surge of misogynists come in. You think of the entire community, you think if the American community also was just teeming with misogynists and run by misogynists, there would be no Apothecary Diaries. There would be no Freerin. It's not just women watching this stuff. It's men too. There would be none of this stuff coming in. There would be no Soul Eater. It's not because everyone's a misogynist. It's because your story sucks. And we don't need more female protagonists. We need more stories that are honest and coming from a mindset of a creative vision. That's what we need. That's what we need.
also be more. Honestly, the state of anime and media today, this is the most I've seen women be talked about as protagonists, which is amazing. This makes me really, really happy.
Why would you censor your entire channel about talking about women in anime? It seems very narrow-minded. Like, what a boring topic. My channel's about talking about men in anime. Why? That's like the least interesting thing about anime. It's just we need there's some cool stories out there. I just watched Danganronpa. There's a lot of interesting characters in there, both men and women. But the story is what's awesome. The mystery, how the characters figure it out, the twists and the turns is really good. You know, Romantic Spy says the you act as a female characters in anime are so often more iconic than the main protagonist. Yeah, just usually even with some male protagonist, like it's a female character in the show that become like the face of it a lot of the times anyway.
Because 5 years
like Tenchi Muyo or Tenchi in Space or whatever it's called, like the face of Tenchi, the Tenchi shows is not Tenchi. It's not even Ayeka. It's Ryoko. It's the blue-haired space pirate. She's the face of the series, not the main character.
Years ago, yeah, there were anime with women at the forefront, but they weren't given as much attention or as much love as these characters today. I would know because I made this take sort of 5 years ago. I
watched that one. It was garbage.
This video. Yeah, granted,
I think I remember that video being garbage. It's complete, utter, vapid garbage. Yeah.
My video was more detailed than a 30-second TikTok, and I've grown. There are parts of
there was a much more detailed, vapid garbage.
that video that I disagree with now, but overall, the message of it, I stand 10 toes down on. Go watch the video if you're curious, but I will say right now, I'm a much better writer and communicator than I was 5 years ago. But TLDR of this video is that I wanted better writing for the female characters of popular shows because most of the time they would be
Why?
introduced as
Hold on. I remember this video. Check this out.
But TLDR of this video is that I right now better writing for the fear and communicator than I was 5. I stand 10 to second TikTok and 5 years ago.
So we have Demon Slayer, we have My Hero Academia, we have Naruto, and we have Fairy Tail. Like, I don't know the last two, but like, is that Fairy Tail? I don't know the last two, but all of these are like shonen. All of these are for men. All right, these are all for men. So no wonder they're all like not the main character, because surprise, surprise, they're not the main character. So, and then you like the what Mao Mao or whatever? Yeah, she's the main character. So of course she's going to get all this attention because she's the main character.
I made this video. Yeah.
Yeah, it's vapid garbage because you don't understand that those are all side characters. And side characters are not going to be treated the same as main characters. It's a normal man. Thanks to Fighter Chat says that Dragon Ball does not happen without Bulma finding Goku, and One Piece would be 6 chapters long without Nami. Exactly. I mean, they play important parts. Like Uraraka plays an important part in My Hero Academia. Sakura, I'd say, even in the beginning, as far as I've seen, plays an important part in Naruto. All those characters play important parts. They're just not the main characters. They don't need agency. They just need to play their role. Like I said before, this is the same thing that happens to men and women's stories. They just kind of like, they just play a role. They're not really characters. They're kind of just there to support the girl character or whatever. And that's what their purpose is, because they're not the main character. The main character is the one with agency. So yeah, they're still important. They're just not the main person. Like Bulma is important. In fact, it's like she starts the story because she's on a never-ending quest to seek a boyfriend. She's gonna wish for one from the Dragon Balls. But Goku is the main character. Goku is the main character.
Granted, my video was more detailed than a 30-second TikTok, and I've grown. There are parts of that video that I disagree with now, but overall, the message of it, I stand 10 toes down on. Go watch the video if you're curious, but I will say right now I'm a much better writer and communicator than I was 5 years ago. But TLDR of this video is that I wanted better writing for the female characters of popular shows, because
why? They did have good writing. They just weren't main characters.
Most of the time they would be introduced as capable. Audiences, or me specifically, would get hyped, but then the writer would bait you, and the girl doesn't really actually get characterization and nothing happens. I mean,
there's a good balance between this stuff, because I've seen some like isekai where the female characters are just kind of like automatons, and their one personality trait is that they like the main character. That is weird and not great. You got to be a few steps above that, all right? But they don't need to be full-blown main characters. The way you could do that, though, is by giving like maybe a character their own episode or whatever, but they're not the main character. They're just not the main character. It's kind of why, Cheers. The main character was not Frasier. The main character was named Malone or whatever, like the baseball guy, and Diane. They were the original main characters of Cheers. This is why when they made the show Frasier, they got to change a lot of stuff, because he is now the main character. So they brought back his dad. They gave him a brother. They gave him brother Niles. So they changed up his dad from like a physicist or whatever to a cop and stuff, so that he could have a conflict. And then they kind of explained it all by, he was just lying, or he was just making stuff up. So yeah, there's a big difference when your character is a side character versus when your character is a main character. Okay, they do this all the time, even with men.
Writing and intricacy favored its male characters, even though they have a female lead. Female agency would just be shoved in most of the time. Another creator, Lady Inia, has a great video on My Hero Academia.
And everyone hates Uraraka because she's the love interest. And why? How come? Okay, if I had a video about complaining about Sailor Moon, wouldn't I get like a backlash going, "You're a man. Why are you talking about this?" My Hero Academia is a shonen. It's for men. It's for young men, I guess. I think fair would be fair, right? This is not made for women. You like it because it's of the shipping fodder, but this is not made for women. One Piece is not made for women. They're made for men. So yeah, Uraraka is the main character, and she's definitely she's there to be the love interest. All right, that's her main role. Anything beyond that is just a gift. Anyway, they made the point there. Let's see, chat. Let's see. All right, got this one here and this one here. Tommy J. Zuko says, "Thank you, 5 says the level of disrespect the older titles is strong with this one, and you should probably get out of the shonen genre." Yeah, obviously they're all complaining about the shonen genre. They don't like the shonen genre. Let's go to the shoujo genre. That's kind of where you have all the female protagonists, and they address like female things, like romance, and it's not as violent and stuff like that. Right? Go to shoujo. Obviously, they want shoujo, so go to shoujo. That would be my prescription. Let's see. John A. Douglas, hello to you. Hail it, Devin. 4th of July. Hello to you, John A. Douglas. Good afternoon. Happy 4th of July. Let's see. All right. Let's go over here. Let's go to let's contrast that one with a based woman. What is this one? Second Story? I think it's Second Story. Yeah, Second Story. Second Story. Here it is. The anti-hero is a lie. Check it out, chat.
Here on the channel, we've talked about heroes and we've talked about villains. That has allowed us some really interesting conversation about morality and about evil. But there's still that tiny tract of land running between the two that we haven't yet
I think we all prefer huge tracts of land.
covered. Anti-heroes. Everywhere you look these days, it seems like there's more and more talk about the rising prevalence of anti-heroes. Whether it's about anti-heroes being the more interesting type of hero or being more realistic and relatable, the anti-hero character type
I don't believe her. She would have added seen Lotus War, Slayers, Fushigi Yugo, Fruit Basket, and Karakano. Let's not forget Boys Over Flowers, Oron Host Club, and I've seen none of those. I don't think. But also there's like fun ones like I haven't seen. I don't think it's shoujo or anything, but Furikuri. I remember that one playing around, and the one that really drives everything is the girl. The girl that comes in, and the main character is like the main character's older brother's girlfriend or something like that. Like those are he's just growing up, but everything else kind of drives the story around him. He has to deal with it.
Has in recent years become the most prominent character type. You could probably go as far as to say that anti-heroes are the new heroes. This idea that anti-heroes are more realistic and so more relatable is certainly an interesting one, but that in itself is indicative of a shift in the cultural landscape surrounding the way we engage with stories. That's a big aspect of what I want to talk about today. First, what in the world, once and for all, is an anti-hero? And second, why is the anti-hero character type so popular in current year? The thing with anti-heroes that makes them tricky is that it's pretty much impossible to pin down one single definition. Even in the comments of my heroes and villains videos, I saw a lot of conflicting definitions. That's the nature of the anti-hero. We're going to talk about this a lot more as we go, but for the purposes of this video, we can simplify the definition of the anti-hero into this. An anti-hero is a hero character, so a main character typically, whose main characteristics are contrary to what was the socially acceptable and popular idea of heroism at the time the story was written. Anti-heroes have been around for a long, long time, and so of course the definable characteristics have also evolved so much over the years that anti-heroes of the past have almost nothing in common with modern understandings of the type. In fact, and I'm going to need you to stay with me here for just a second, anti-heroes are one of—
Action Heroes is my friend. Action Punk says, my friend and I like Haruka from Fully Cooley because of how crazy she is, and I think she's fun. Yeah, she rides a Vespa. She fights with a gas-powered guitar. Like, she's a lot of fun. She's supposed to be. She's supposed to be.
The only areas of literary morality or heroism which a person could reasonably call subjective. Why? Because anti-heroes are, by their very definition, morally relative. Relative to what, you might ask? Relative most often to the author's contemporary society's opinions on socially acceptable heroism and, crucially, moral health. That is, an anti-hero of, say, the mid-19th century is going to be anti whatever version of heroism is popular and exemplified in the mid-19th century. And so also an anti-hero of the year 2025 is going to be anti-whatever heroism is popular and accepted in 2025. To start with, I want to first clarify that generally speaking, most anti-heroes can be very broadly categorized as either those who are meant to be negatively perceived and those who are meant to be positively perceived. So if you want to write or identify anti-heroes in literature and other forms of storytelling, it's going to be extremely beneficial to keep these two categories in mind. We'll see more what I mean by that in a minute. But to give you some really simple examples of what I'm talking about before we move forward, an anti-hero, if you want to adhere to the socially acceptable definition of the character, such as the Punisher, would...
There we go. See, the Punisher is an anti-hero. And he is too, because he's like he fights evil, which makes him the hero part. But he's not really into justice. He's more into like punishment, which is more like not necessarily vengeance, but kind of getting vengeance on behalf of other people. It's kind of like he is a vigilante.
At least in the Bernthal variation, be meant to be perceived as good, whereas characters such as the unnamed narrator of Dostoevsky's Notes from the Underground, and if you'd like to go really dark, Nabokov's Humbert Humbert.
Yes, I had to read that one in college. Lolita.
Were meant to be seen as negative.
Actually, I got the movie too. We watched the movie.
If you wanted to bridge the divide
with Jeremy Irons
a little, you could have a character who isn't entirely either. He is morally and socially negative, but he is...
And Lolita, they're both evil. Like they're both kind of like manipulative and evil. And so like Humbert comes in and he kills what's his name? The other guy, and then he goes to jail.
It's also positive in many ways, so much so that it's really hard to be sure how the scales balance in the end. A good example of this would be the eponymous thief from Fuminori Nakamura's The Thief. This third example is incredibly
Weeb.
Difficult to pull off, but one of the keys to success is a very light touch. Quick side note, a lot of audiences and a lot of writers I've found tend to view all anti-heroes as necessarily this third type, and that basically it's always up to the audience to decide how the character should be interpreted. That's not entirely true. That misconception stems from the belief that morality itself is subjective. So keep these things in mind. They'll start to make a lot more sense in a minute here. We are getting a little ahead of ourselves. Let's back things up for a moment to heroes. Morally speaking, a hero is always more or less morally identifiable, as is a villain. But
usually your anti-hero is like they're trying to do good, but they just do it in like a villainous way. And so an anti-villain is more like they're trying to do evil, but they have heroic tendencies. It's kind of what this is why Zuko from Avatar's Airbender kind of like named this thing. Usually how it goes. So as when Zuko came along, like he was the bad guy, he was the antagonist, but he was also very honorable, famously so. Honor. And we get this very early on because he's like, okay, I'm going to fight him myself. I'm going to fight Sokka one-on-one instead of like having my soldiers, kill him. And then also there's that moment where they're searching for the Avatar and, there's a storm and Zuko risks his life to save one of his crewmen. So we kind of get like a glimpse into the character of Zuko, that he might be an antagonist and he might do stuff out of desperation, like even villainous things, but he is ultimately not evil. Like he's not evil. He's just an anti-villain, which is why we could see a trajectory for his redemption later on. Right. So that's kind of where that goes. And so kind of like you compare it to like characters like Kylo Ren, who was redeemable because he was sad. Not really the same thing. Not really the same thing. Zuko was redeemable because he was honorable and wasn't really evil. Like he was doing evil things, but only because he felt he needed to, like in order to get something important back. He needed to perform these villainous actions. Okay. Meanwhile, Kylo Ren is like he was full blown evil, and the only reason why people thought he should be redeemed is because he was sad. So, but the thing is, it didn't really feel earned because he was just evil. Like there was no like hint that he was good or regretted anything. It was just kind of like, okay, well, he was sad and he's handsome, so the women in the audience wanted to be redeemed, so they redeemed him. Zuko, on the other hand, we could see from very early on that he was a good person underneath. There was some goodness to him that could lead him to redemption. right? That's kind of where that worked. So we have the anti-hero who is a hero but does villainous things to achieve that those noble goals. An anti-villain will do villainous things to achieve, or will do villainous things, but ultimately also has like some noble tendencies. He might have villainous goals, but he has noble tendencies. Like Zuko's goal was to capture the Avatar, who's like the hero of the world. And he probably knew that, but his people need him to do that, so he went ahead and tried to do it. So despite the fact that they probably knew it was wrong, it's not the right thing to do. But yeah, so villain with heroic tendencies, anti-hero or anti-villain. Hero with villainous tendencies, anti-hero. Is kind of like that.
Rightness is not quite how an anti-hero.
Stalker, happy 4th, Electric Devil and Best Chat. LT Proton Stalker, welcome. Hope you have a fantastic day as well.
Was defined. In fact, this is where a lot of confusion and disagreement about anti-heroes comes from. I can say in my heroism video that John Bernthal's Frank Castle is morally a hero, plain and simple, and many will be baffled because he does, after all, break the law and kill people, even if they do deserve to die. But in terms of actual moral heroism, this particular iteration of the Punisher is a plain and simple hero, no question about it. But he is also an anti-hero because how he goes about being heroic and his specific heroic traits are contrary to what is currently socially acceptable for hero characters. It isn't contrary to morality, but it is contrary to, you could say, social allowances. That distinction is crucial. You see, Frank Castle's anti-heroism has nothing at all to do with his moral status, but rather with his socially acceptable perception. We'll get way into this more in a second. But see, because so many people conflate socially acceptable behavior with morality, if the Punisher behaves in a way that is contrary...
Whoa, Proton Stalker with the 50. Gifted. Is there anyone left on YouTube that's not a member of the channel? We got a lot of gifted memberships. Well, thank you very much, Proton Stalker. You know what this means, chat? It's instant Pillarman. So lower your volume or raise your volume, chat. We're about to get a loud clip incoming. Lower your volume or raise your volume if you prefer. Loud clip incoming. All right, Pillarman. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Ay, 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 ay.
Oh, yes, best chat. Thank you much, everyone, for joining me today. It's been a fantastic day so far. Happy 4th of July. And thank you, Proton Stalker, for the very generous donation of 50 gifted memberships. You've been added to the list of fantastic top donators and top supporters. Thank you much once again, Proton Stalker. Thank you very much. Fantastic. Well. I guess some people just still didn't get it. I mean, I guess at that point, after all of this, like it has to be that you didn't check it off that you can get a membership, because there's been so many gifted memberships. It's like it doesn't make any sense. It's weird how I haven't gotten a gifted membership in the channel in like 3 years. At this point, I convinced YouTube to put me on Annihilate. I don't know. There've been so many gifted memberships, so many. But anyway, chat. Like EVS even got a membership for the channel just now. It's Comics Artist Pro Secrets has gotten a free membership to this channel along with Star Wars Girl.
to what is socially acceptable, many people these days will condemn him as immoral, when in fact these two things are separate matters, more separate now than they have ever been in history. What I'm trying to make clear right out of the gate is that heroism is one thing, that is, the definable characteristics of a character being morally upright, generally speaking. And a villain is typically a character who is immoral in motivation, action, or what have you. But an antihero is not really clearly, always, obviously identifiable in this way. All right, so before we get into this anymore, let's take a moment or two here to talk about heroes. I want to do this because a lot of people seem to think that imperfect or flawed heroes are, by definition, antiheroes. There's this idea that
here we go again, spinning that roulette table again with the 10 additional gifted memberships. Thank you much, Tommy, Jay, Suzuko, once again, thank you very much. Another spin at that wheel. Let's see who else gets memberships. Thank you much, Tommy, Suzuko. Let me see here. Let me see. Here we go. Boom. Holy shit! Holy shit. Thank you very much once again, Tommy, Jay, Suzuko. Look, Nick Lean got one. Let's see. All right, let me add that up there. Fantastic. Thank you very much, Tommy Shizuka. Welcome to 10 additional new members and actually 60 additional new members in the last few minutes. Welcome all of you to the Legion Hope Show, the past shows, and the custom emojis. Thank you very, very much.
Character who isn't Superman level perfection must then be an antihero, and that's not at all how it works. There is a big difference between a character who is an antihero and a character who starts with non-heroic traits and then gradually, over the course of a character arc, abandons some or all of those traits in favor of more commonly accepted heroism. Only the former is...
Let's see, chat. We got a guest in the back room. Let's see who this could possibly be, chat. Let's see who this could possibly be. Hello, Glib.
What up, Yankee Doodles?
Welcome to the great 4th of July bash.
Yes, 250 years. And actually, what is it? 388 years for my bloodline on this continent.
Hashtag based. Let's see.
Let's go.
Absolutely. We're going over anti-heroes now.
That's
it's been a pretty fun day. Pretty fun day.
Yeah.
So far.
Yeah.
Let's see. Also, if anything goes well, we probably have like it's some more Venture Brothers stream tonight or tomorrow night. We'll see how that goes. But that should be pretty fun. Should be pretty fun. Like been liking our Venture Brothers venture.
Yeah, I haven't seen it in a long time, and so watching it, I think it's been like a couple years because I haven't seen the finale to the show yet. So
oh yeah, me neither.
I don't know why. It's like one of those things where you keep it in your pocket in the bank or whatever. Like you have
they want to wait like some special day.
Yeah, exactly. It's like a rainy day thing.
Yeah, I can see that. And Demigod, by the way, there's a $10 super chat. Thank you much for kind Demigod. Thank you very much. Let me see. Here we go. The Draconic Demigod says heroes are those to choose to uphold the ideals and virtues of society, while anti-heroes choose to uphold them on a certain to a certain extent. I can see Wolverine hitting a woman while I can't see Superman. Exactly. Like they're really morally ambiguous more times than not. They're kind of like in the middle, but ultimately an anti-hero will try to do the right thing. That's kind of what their purpose is, to do the right thing. Or an anti-villain is like, I'm a villain, I'm a straight up bad guy, but I won't stab you in the back or something like that.
I always figured that it's like there's a line between vigilante and hero in the old linguistic system we used to have in the 1900s. People would be the vigilante is dangerous because he's undermining the authority of the state or the authority of the authorities to deal out justice. But the whole point of the reason why anti-heroes crop up in culture as a phenomena is whenever there isn't justice. So there's always a hero who does the right thing, and then there's an anti-hero who accomplishes the right thing by maybe dipping his toe into what isn't illegal or something like that. It's right. The difference between lawful good or chaotic good, for the most part, is how I view it. If you're looking at the D&D table.
Yeah, because I think V for Vendetta is classified as chaotic good usually. And it's because he's like a rebel terrorist guy. but he's trying to do it to topple an evil government.
Sorry if I'm quiet. Am I coming through all right now?
Much better.
Put it up a little bit.
There we go. Let's see. Yeah, it looks like it works. Looks like everything's good.
Is a true anti-hero, which is why you can't really determine whether or not a character is an anti-hero until you reach the end. The latter example represents something much closer to a hero, especially as he is uplifting and bettering himself into more of a heroic ideal. The true anti-hero will accomplish all of his narrative goals, or fail to accomplish his narrative goals depending on the story, using his non-heroic traits, or even in spite of his non-heroic traits. The hero who starts non-heroic and then becomes a hero will shed the non-heroic traits in order to accomplish his narrative goal in a way that is consistent with more commonly accepted heroism. This is an important distinction. So first, let's break down the common literary understanding of heroes. I say common, but this excellent summary is specifically the work of one Northrop Frye. In Frye's 19...
The Frye?
Philip J. Frye?
Oh, that Philip J. Frye. He's the guy that went to Mars, I think.
71 book, An Anatomy of Criticism, specifically the essay history.
You know, for a split second there, I read it, The Anatomy of Eroticism. Like, whoa, that is one hell of a book.
Historical criticism. He expands upon an idea of Aristotle's regarding the classification of literature according to the heroes in those works. Specifically, I want to talk about high mimetic heroes, low mimetic heroes, and ironic heroes. This video isn't really focused on the whole of Frye's classification, which is very interesting. But if you want to get more into his theory of criticism, I encourage you to read the full essay. You can find it on archive.org. Frye classified heroes not according to morality per se, but according to their relation to regular people, or to be more exact, the people reading the books. So the highest form of hero in this regard would be god characters who were superior to men in every way. And by high, I don't mean best, but rather in relation
They just smoked a lot of weed.
to mankind's common status. Zeus, Poseidon, Athena, Thor, and so on. Superman is actually pretty close to a modern iteration of that if you think about it. Moving down from that, you have heroes who are regular people, but who are either extraordinary in their environments, such as the main characters in folk tales.
It's a second story. Second Story is the channel name.
Or they're extraordinary in their circumstances.
Nick Lean, thanks for the gifted membership. Thank you very much, Nick Lean. Let's see here. Where's the right one? There we go.
Nice!
Thank you very much, Nick Lean. And welcome the new member of the Lit Legion, whoever that might be.
Such as you find in stories about regular people who rise up to become great martial leaders in times of war. Frye calls this type of hero high mimetic. Quick side note. Aristotle talks a lot about mimesis in his Poetics. I've read some interpretations of this that describe it as a kind of simplification of mankind's tendency to imitate and seek his or her own image in fictional works. If you want to really oversimplify it, mimesis, in our case for today's discussion, could be said to refer to the specific way in which we are able to view a character as relatable and aspirational. A certain degree of exaggeration is said to be needed in order for a character to feel real, just as a certain degree of stylization is needed in art in order for the image to feel alive. We as regular people can't really view a god or, Superman as relatable, nor can we really empathize with his situation, whatever it may be. But we can relate to and empathize with regular people who do extraordinary things, and it's human nature to seek out aspirational examples. These characters, then, are called high mimetic. They are human beings, essentially like us, but who have lifted themselves up to very lofty heights which are attainable to regular people. Thus, they can
D&D characters
be looked up to.
They get to level 20, obviously.
And admired. This is where you're going to find guys like King Arthur, Prince Siegfried, Hector of Troy, or even Bruce Wayne. This also includes the Hobbits and Lord of the Rings, and honestly, most heroes in heroic literature. Now, a step down from that is low mimetic characters. These are characters who are regular people who are not extraordinary in any way. This will give you characters from stories about regular life. A low mimetic hero would be the sisters in Little Women, as an example, or Charles Ryder from Brideshead Revisited, or the main characters from those slice-of-life Korean dramas like If You Wish Upon Me. Before we move on from this, let's take a quick glance at Frye's ironic heroes. These are characters who are inferior or beneath regular people. Audiences who observe these heroes would perceive that they are looking down at them. So These are the main points about Fry's analysis here that I want to keep in mind. In particular, this sense that heroes of old could be characterized by the audience's desire to look upon them.
Yeah, I keep picturing like Philip J. Fry, just like in a library with a suit, a tweed suit. Well, Stalker, this is 72 months of support. Very much a nemesis. I had this once. It took months to recover. I think they have a cream for that now. Yeah.
As above them or equal to them. That is to say, aspirational or relatable in some way. There are a lot of different ways to interpret an audience's enjoyment of ironic heroes. Often,
oh man, you're talking about heroes who are aspirational? That's Nazi talk. Watch out. Can't have that. That's just that's bigots. That's bigot stuff.
an ironic hero is merely a bumbling fool of some kind, intended for comic relief. There is a psychological aspect there that allows audiences a feeling of superiority while looking upon an inferior person.
And see, Megalodon says I'm off to the game ship for table weekend. I'll keep listening though. It's a nice, it's a nice medium drive. Later, Aldine Best Chat. We'll have a good day to you, Megalodon. Fantastic.
Right on.
That's not always the motivation, but it's worth keeping in mind. Something else I want to point out here is that Fry's analysis, as I'm sure you've noticed, doesn't even bother with morality. In the past, especially the distant past.
What's a really good ironic hero is Charlie from Smiling Friends.
Well, a lot of comedy sagas have ironic heroes, yeah.
Oh, definitely, absolutely. It was with just like you know, Charlie and Pym. They have a really good job. The job is the whole thing of making people smile. But Charlie is like the most relatable guy, probably one of the most relatable guys in media history. He's like, like that one time where they're like, "Hey, we got to go to Salty's. Yeah, you got to go to Salty's." They're like, "No, we revamped the menu. It's all healthy now." And Charlie's like, "No, I'm speaking to Salty. I want to get that evil hamburger that killed people."
Yeah, exactly. I love it when he's like, "Oh, I could really go for some Salties right now," and he does little fingies.
Yeah,
his fingers go.
Like, oh yeah. And then he like when the little ketchup mascot's like, real fast food's supposed to make your heart palpitate.
I think that the dynamic between those two characters really works because one of them is really idealistic, optimistic, and driven to do the right thing, and then the other one is just a normal guy, and he plays the straight man. But also, the adjusted for the time period, the straight guy is sometimes makes like poor decisions, and so that leads to really interesting comedy as well, where Pym can be like, "Oh, geez, Charlie, why'd you do that?" So, "Oh, I don't know, man. I just I really wanted to play that new game."
Yeah, that's it. Because an ironic hero is like he's like heroic by accident. That's kind of what an ironic hero is. So like Charlie would always try to do the right thing sometimes, but Pym will do it normally. Like he wants to help out people normally, but Charlie would be like, you know what, Pym, this is like your thing.
Yeah.
This is what's it called with the Screwballs or whatever, like the Smurfs. I just like,
yes.
Charlie and Pym, you know what? This is kind of like your thing. I'll go get this lunch. All right, let me go get this lunch. And then he ends up like training all of them to go storm the tower to save Pym. So he's not really doing it because out of like some heroic sense of necessity. He's like, I got to go save Pym because he's my friend. Right?
Well, a lot of the time, whenever Charlie is invested in something in that show, it's because of his personal like for it or his connection to it in the past or nostalgia or whatever. And
exactly.
So he's really excited. Oh, I love Mr. Frog. You know, this season and this episode, and Pym is not really in on it because it's low culture. Because Pym is the well-to-do character.
Yeah.
And then Charlie's willing to overlook a lot, but ultimately, and the reason why I think the show works and what I think is unifying about, I think what a lot of people like, and I don't have really a coherent theory for this, but there's some level where disparate characters ultimately have the same beliefs. You know what I mean? You have something like, what do you call it? Luke Skywalker and Han Solo. They end up coming to the same conclusion because it doesn't have to be, you know, it can be for money or it can be for personal gain or it can be whatever. But ultimately, if they're pulling at the same load, then it's heroic. And there's something there that's in storytelling that we all really like. We all like it when the good characters or you know, again, with the D&D stuff, we want all of the characters that are classified under good, even if they're chaotic or they're neutral or whatever, to come together at the end. You know, like
fight.
Avatar with the what is it, the White Lotus or whatever they're called, the Order.
Everyone like the old man group.
Yeah, all the old men come together and then they win the day.
I think the dynamic really works for Pym and Charlie because like Pym is optimistic. You would think Charlie would be like a pessimist, but he's not. He's just like a normal guy. So he's not. I hate everything or anything like that. He's just normal. So it's kind of like it's not really lawful and chaotic. It's more like lawful and neutral.
Well, I'm like a really cynical person, but I don't want to be. So like if you were to create a character that was my trait, it'd be a really a melancholic persona and a really pessimistic person. But then when the chips are down, then it becomes we have to do something, guys. We gotta, then it becomes more Pym-like.
Yeah.
But then when Pym loses his spirit, he's completely dejected in a way that Charlie never is. Because there's disparate ends. And there's something about the human condition where that's what makes us a social animal. When somebody's really down, then like, oh yeah, let's go to Salty's, let's get one. Come on.
It's like, Charlie, you think that it would be any repercussions for killing Mother Nature? I wouldn't worry about it.
It's fine. It's fine.
They pull back and then everything's dying.
Well, that's the other thing that's great about that show is that they're willing to go where a lot of other shows aren't willing to go, and that's to have a sense of the sardonic. So you assume that Mother Nature is going to be this way, or you assume that the devil is going to be this way, or you assume that Mr. Frog is going to be this way, and then the show throws a curveball at you and forces you to take it seriously. And it's the same thing I like about Venture Brothers. So I would say that that's if anything, that's what unites all of these good Adult Swim shows is that there's the cynical Gen X thing, and then underneath it there's the Simpsons, the boomer optimism underneath that.
I think that's why I kept thinking about Venture Brothers while I watched Smiling Friends, because it kind of has like the same personality in terms of the writing. There's expectation, and they kind of like wipe out the expectation with a reasonable alternative. Of course, the stand-in for Dr. Fantastic or whatever is going to be this uptight asshole. Boys, an uptight asshole.
It was it's perfect because it's like he's a guy that's obsessed with accomplishing stuff, and he's overlooking his family, and that's how you think, oh, that's how Mr. Fantastic really would be like, because that's what the character is. But it's also speaking to a deeper trope and character flaw that exists throughout that stuff. But what's funny is that there's so many different super scientist personalities that are in the Venture Brothers. And when they clash with each other, they evolve into something instead of becoming flanderized. And that's the mark, I think, of good progressive storytelling. Because if the character can just stay the same forever, but how these characters are going to grow from that position means that there's earnesty. If it's just the butt of that's the other thing, is that there's a lot of shows that are mean-spirited, but they're mean-spirited when they're trying to be taken seriously versus mean-spirited comedies. I think that needs to be distinguished. Like the Velma show is mean-spirited for the sake of being
a hateful show.
Yeah.
That's just the person who wrote that was so hateful towards the franchise, the people watching it. And it was mean-spirited. It wasn't even fun. It was just mean-spirited. They clearly hate white people, hate men, all that stuff, hate rich people, just some Marxist asshole writing a supposed kid show.
Yep.
Or writing characters that were from kid shows. The Mr. What's his name? Dr. Impossible or something like that from Venture Brothers. He's like, I don't. It's one thing to cheat on me with Dr. Venture. It's another thing to go into like a forbidden area. It's like, okay, you can cheat on me, but going into a forbidden area and messing with my work is another thing entirely.
And then you find out more about why he is that way. Like he does know who Rusty is. Because he was in the it's for the Boys Brigade. He was he was supposed to be the protege to the original Dr. Venture. And there's parallels between those two characters. So that I feel like there's a lot there. And I think that's what makes that show so good, is that it's dealing with stuff that's outside of just explicitly what the show is about. And Smiling Friends is the same way. Like I looked to that show and was excited for it because I thought, okay, Zach he's going to pay attention to this tradition of writing where it's in service to the story, but then there's also there's a message and I don't like using the word message, but there's a heart. There's a sentimentality or morality or a connection with the audience, in the sense that there is an earnesty to it, and I like that. And what I was thinking was, Venture Brothers, I thought about that sometimes when I was watching Smiling Friends, but I really kept thinking about Rick and Morty, because there's just so many similarities to it. And I think a lot of people...
It's wacky. It's kind of wacky. The same level of wackiness as Rick and Morty.
The thing is that... Okay, like South Park, same vein as Simpsons, where at the Simpsons, at the end of every episode, there'd be this, even if things are going wrong, at the end there's some sort of positive sitcom ending. And then with South Park, there was an ending where it's like, I learned something today. Yeah, we learned blah, blah. And then so there's a moral of the story, just like a parable or just like any of these stories. And it serves the purpose of an earnest moral tale. And even though people didn't want to think of it because of how memed on and how Rick and Morty kind of spun off, like the first 3 seasons, you can tell that the show, even in its cynicism, was trying to address whatever it was that they were making fun of. And Smiling Friends was like, yeah, that's exactly what we're doing. So I looked at it as like a chain of that kind of mentality, where we're going to joke about everything, but there is a heart to this. And Futurama has it. And I would say that every good cartoon show that has a lasting impact on people has to have some sort of serious moral tale to it, or else it'll just be mean-spirited. And I like those shows. Like, I like Squidbillies, where the moral of the story doesn't matter, or Aqua Teen Hunger Force, which doesn't have that. Aqua Teen Hunger Force doesn't have continuity, so it doesn't have to, the end of the show doesn't have to be a positive ending. All the characters can get killed at the end of any episode. Anything can happen, and that's the irreverent nature of that show. But it's a completely different feel when you watch that to when you're watching something like Venture Brothers, where it's trying to do something earnest.
Yeah.
So I just see that in those kinds of shows, and I think that people pick up on that subconsciously.
I think so too, because I know I did, and they're just very connected. Very connected. Yeah, South Park, Simpsons, and Venture Brothers, and Venture Brothers, Rick and Morty, and Smiling Friends seem like very vastly different shows, but. Smiling Friends has the same level of wackiness as Rick and Morty, because it's like you don't know what the hell is going to happen next. Like suddenly there's an enchanted forest. In Smiling Friends, because that's what would happen in Rick and Morty. It's like some random thing will happen next time, where there's different physics or some random monsters or whatever. But in Venture Brothers, it might be wacky, but it's all one world. It's all like this the same world. There's no like a super duper weirdness that might happen like tomorrow. Everyone kind of knows this world and is very normal. Like it's very it has a foundational like logic to it. It's not normal. Like there's wacky supervillains and everything, but it's like the uniform. This is how the world feels, how the world works.
Yes.
So it doesn't have the same wackiness as a Rick and Morty, but they all kind of feel the same in terms of it's irony. It's kind of like playful cynicism.
Well, every one of those shows did something revolutionary. Simpsons was the first real animated sitcom, and before that, cartoons were not really known for doing that, or tackling adult things, or tackling family issues, and there was still, because I think there's only so many stories that anybody can tell, and then they become temporally relevant. Like we're learning the morals of this era. What are the consequences of AI and all this data and so on. Like these are things that have never happened before, but science fiction covered them, and then there's parallels to history and moral tales and theology and all that kind of stuff that you can draw from. So all of that ends up happening. But what I thought was really interesting that came out of the Rick and Morty era was that I thought it was really cool that there was a protagonist that could deal with issues in front of him like it wasn't really that big of a deal. Like he would just snap his fingers and some magical thing would happen. But there was a justification because it didn't solve his problems. Having all the power in the world,
see him do it. Yeah,
like, and that's the same thing with Venture Brothers. It's like there's high technology and there's a lot of orthodoxy to the world that they're in, but it doesn't mean that the characters are happy. And I think that there's something really touching about that. I keep thinking about that episode of Rick and Morty where, and I think it's the peak where they're running away from the galactic government and they end up on this planet that's really small, so you can Rick can overhear his family talking about him while he's in the core of the planet, and he gets really depressed about what he's hearing. And it's like, well, he's not a total asshole. You can tell that the character has wants and needs like a proper character. And I thought that was really important. And the same thing happens like in the Charlie Dies episode, where Pym is like, well, shit, what do I do? Yeah, like I don't know how I'm gonna live my life without him, and that kind of thing. And Venture Brothers has that too, where even though it's irreverent that there's a lot of things that get thrown aside or thrown away in the show. When the characters learn about those things, it weighs on their conscience seriously. And I think that's one of the reasons why when you were watching the mixtape thing and all these people, there's an irreverence to that doesn't hold anything sacred in that area.
That's what's so annoying about that writing. It's like everything's flippant. Take nothing seriously. Nothing is sacred. Everything sucks. You know, it's just only the real rebels will just listen to music and drink and smoke all day. Very immature mindset.
Well, it doesn't make you happy. I mean, I've done enough of that in my life to know that it doesn't. And there's something more to it. And then there's also like an absurdity to life as well that that to tap into, you have to be very self-aware and and eventually you have to be humble. And if you can humble yourself as a writer, then you can probably tap into a lot of different types of people that are out there. And I don't think that anybody on a long enough timeline that's earnest as a person stays in that cynical matrix, you know, of like, it's just, we need more of this in media. And why is it like this? And, you know, all that kind of stuff.
Exactly. They're missing the point of media, where it's supposed to be about things. It doesn't really matter what it's about, as long as it's earnest and explores it honestly, and it's not about some meta commentary where it's like, oh, why did we do this? Why did we change the character to a woman? Oh, because we thought it would fit our version of the story better because it's going to explore this, and this. Or is it, why'd you change her to women? Oh, because we need more female representation in the show, and to show that women can be heroes too. It's like, no, that's dumb. Like if we did it for story reasons, we can understand. But if we did it for like woke reasons, like, okay, we want to have more representation. We want to have, you know, this crew, the original characters in this story were all men. We believe that the story would be better servicing the America at large in present day America if we had more voices, more diverse voices. Like, that's nonsense. All right, that's how you know it's been corrupted.
Well, it's that American thing is that, like, because of the individualist and the rights and the epoch that we come from, we associate personal expression in storytelling with a measure of freedom, and that kind of honesty that comes from it is part of, I think, what makes the country great in general. You know, if I'm allowed to be egotistical as on behalf of hundreds of millions of people or whatever, or a document, the whole thing is that when we have that freedom of expression to do individual stuff that we want, and there's an audience that's allowed to pay attention to it, that's actually a very, very, very precious and special thing, and it's only existed in society for a small amount of time. Most of history, there's extreme speech codes, and there's very collective mindset, and like I keep using the word orthodoxy, but there's a lot of times if you try to do this stuff that we would do in art, it'd be heretical or something, or it'd be obscene. You know, you're not allowed. So there's something to the freedom of expression in this country that's given us this bounty of storytelling of all different varieties. And so anytime someone tries to restrict that, it reminds me of that historical thing that we got away from, which is like, if you upset the king, then off with your head. You know,
yeah,
I don't
exactly.
like that.
That is like the most oppressive systems. You upset the king, off with your head. You say the wrong thing, end of your career, that sort of thing. So
yeah.
And what I hate the most, though, is when they apply those rules to art. So it's like here's my art piece. You know, here's my story. Here's a pretty cool story. People like it, and then they take a look at it and go, well, where's all the black people? Where's all the women? Shouldn't you have this checklist of things in your story in order to make it more, you know, compatible with our ideology? It's like, no, you're basically this China, this sanitizing everything so that it can fit the ideology of the country. Like, no, it's not how it's supposed to work. The artistic integrity is probably one of the most gracious and fantastic freedoms that America offers. You're allowed self-expression. It's supposed to be that way.
Did you see that movie, The Death of Stalin, yet?
Oh yeah, I saw that a long time
Okay,
ago.
good.
It's really really funny.
That
and
was
good.
that was banned in Russia when it came out, and I thought that was really funny because you know that the people that are from Russia are not going to be complaining about that. It's just going to make the government, which is the continuity of the USSR, feel very bad. So it's one of those things where you're like, damn, you know, it's any place that has that has there's something to the people feeling like they yearn for more, and so we should be very cautious about being restrictive like that and appreciate the fact that we have what we have, which is something that I always have trouble doing with this stuff.
Makes sense. Makes sense. Let's see. Let me see. Yep, The Meek Inherit the Earth. Flintstones was the first animated sitcom. I guess so. I know that I kind of was. It was like it was animated, all in the family kind of thing.
Yeah, he's right. But I think the thing that is just like there was no late night. You know what I mean? Like we had Archie Bunker.
Yeah.
And then that kind of paved the way for the animated thing to be like adult animation didn't really exist in that vein, if that makes sense. I can't think of an animation thing that was before that. And then afterwards, there was like a windfall. There were so many of them that came out after The Simpsons was successful and became a staple. And that's how we got Adult Swim. So I heap a lot of praise on that show because of not just its cultural impact or its qualities, but for what was allowed or enabled to come after that. You know, if The Simpsons didn't exist, we wouldn't have a ton of stuff. Like South Park probably wouldn't exist, and Futurama definitely wouldn't exist, and so on and so on.
It's kind of the same thing with the Angry Video Game Nerd. If we didn't have Angry Video Game Nerd, we wouldn't have Nostalgia Critic.
Yeah, exactly. The peak of internet media, nostalgia.
And if we didn't have Nostalgia Critics Lib, we wouldn't have the great Angry Joe.
That's right. I give credit. I don't hate Angry Joe like how Worski does or whatever, because I remember when I used to watch Angry Joe, it was like that was like comfort food for me. You know what I mean? I just think that there was that big schism that happened because of all of the. Are you pro-Trump? Are you anti-Trump? Are you this?
He's
or
very
are you that?
anti-Trump.
Are you woke? Are you that? Yeah. And as soon as people started to draw black and white, red lines in the sand, which I didn't do, they started to, spin off into that direction. And it's exactly what I was just saying, where it's like when you become that restrictive person in a sense, because I never said you shouldn't make woke media or whatever. Go ahead. I just think it's ill-advisable, and I also think it's mean-spirited to do that to something that already exists and people like it. And of course, it's
America.
Sucks,
You're allowed to play. You're allowed to make things that suck, but it should also be we're allowed to make whatever we want too. That's it. We're allowed to make like good stories that doesn't adhere to diversity or any of that crap. I should be able to make a story with nothing but white people in it, and it should be fine. There should be no complaints. Just worry about the story.
Did anybody complain back in the day when Friday the movie had mostly black people or whatever? There were like no white people in it.
Yeah, I don't remember there being a single white person in that movie. It's a good movie. I like the movie. Even has a hero's journey for the main character.
Yeah,
he goes to the hero's journey. He has a mentor and the dad. He grows from like this lazy bum to a better person, a more strong person, a more masculine person,
and an ironic hero.
Yeah, an ironic hero. He's not really a hero. He's kind of like he does these good things because he kind of has to.
Because he wants that weed, but also it gives you. That's the cool thing, is that it gives you insight into people's existence. But if it comes at the cost of somebody else, then it's bullshit. Like you should just be able to do that,
And most of Friday, if you watch the movie, is just a good chunk of it is just the two main characters sitting on the porch smoking weed and watching things happen around them.
I love that. Those are some of my favorite movies are just like we're in one location and we're just doing something. It's like my Dinner with Andre.
Was it it's like Oedipus. Like Oedipus really only takes place like outside the palace, and then Waiting for Godot. It's like just these two guys complaining that Godot isn't there yet.
Yeah, exactly. Or the movie Phone Booth, which I think is so fun to watch.
It's not bad. It's just like it just takes another skill set to pull that off, because you're basically just crazy things are happening, and then of course there's that whole conflict of Smokey. What'd you tell him? Oh, I told him that you smoked his weed too, and now he's going to kill us both. What?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you roped me into your little scheme.
You just roped me into this. Like, obviously, smoking that weed was a bad idea, Ice Cube. It wasn't his.
But all of those are variables, and if you understand writing, you can be like, oh yeah, of course this story makes sense, because there's something authentic about it to the human, and then there's something that's structural to it, where it's like we have a MacGuffin, we have a goal, we have issues and problems that come up,
That would definitely happen.
I think it's great.
I could definitely see like that's definitely something like everyone has that friend who's like, what the hell did you just do? Well, that's a totally believable character at the very least. Like, just what the hell did you just do? I roped you into my situation, and now we're both on the block for death. Oh, thanks. Thanks, Smokey. And let's see. I do also like how he just keeps forgetting his keys, and he just gets locked out and has to poop on the side of the house. Like, oh man, that sucks.
I know,
That
right?
sucks.
It's I like that because I know we're talking about Friday a lot, but the thing for me that's also so precious about that movie or whatever is that like it really is a low budget movie, but it's punching way above its weight. Like they did
Quite a
so
bit.
much with so little, and I appreciate that because people don't realize how hard it is. It's really easy to come up with like some Marvel scale shit, you know what I mean? Like, and they're on a giant alien planet,
have
and
infinite
there's
money,
another-
yeah.
yeah. But if you're like, okay, I have to do this in the street, and I have a bunch of actors. Like, what is going to entice the audience with very little hijinks,
Yeah,
right?
exactly. And it kind of gets funnier. Like this, it's just you. All they didn't need very much. You just need a neighborhood and like a few actors and a couple of cars, maybe they could rent. And what's even funnier about the scenario though is that all this crap happens over like what $400 or $200.
Yeah,
Like he just smokes like $2 worth of weed, and he's like sends like a hit squad to go kill them. Like, dude, there's over $200. And he was gonna like it's enough money where you can borrow it. It's not like an insane amount of money. he just doesn't have it, so they sent a hit squad after him.
To be fair, it was more than too.
Oh yeah, that's true. It's probably today $400 is like, it's grocery money. I just okay. I bought like one thing. That's $400.
It's true.
Upright. Even somewhat recently, this was the case. If not with Fry, then by the authors who created these characters and by the audience members. What we're looking at with high mimetic characters, especially, is their heroic nature as they are narratively delivered to the audience. That is, in what way does the author present morality in heroism or anti-heroism to the audience? And how has this evolved, or more often, devolved? Any honest student of history and literature will tell you that as Western civilization progressed, the tastes of audiences evolved. Medieval audiences had a preference for heroic or high mimetic heroes. You see this also in ancient storytelling. The closer we come to modern times, the more this taste for heroism begins to seemingly fade. Heroism, in terms of morality, remained fairly fixed. A good man was clearly identifiable, regardless of the era in which his story was written. However, the social aspect of a hero's actions did gradually shift. So, for instance, over time, a hero's relationship with his king and the law became more or less relevant to his perception as heroic. As Christianity spread across Europe, a hero's adherence to divine law was also included in his perceivable heroism. A hero's martial prowess.
This is the same thing that a professor of mine told me during college. I talked about this before, where the history of stories that people would tell have gone from like large scale to small scale. And what I mean by that is like either early stories were about gods and deities or something like that, or characters that would kind of like live up to that larger than life idea, like Odysseus or something. Even when they're like Aladdin, he was like, yeah, Aladdin's almost basically a god because he has all these like a genie and stuff obeying him. Then eventually we got smaller and smaller and smaller, and then we had things like Pulp Fiction, which is one of his examples that he used. It was like this small stories about regular people, no gods really involved. It's kind of like a regular person kind of enduring a unusual situation. So it's as time has gone on, it's gone more the scope of the story. The hero has become smaller and smaller and smaller, but it's not necessarily a bad thing. It's just interesting.
That kind of suits the culture and how it's changed to be more personal.
Yeah, exactly.
Or less relevant to his heroism, depending on the era that produced him.
Like in Devil's Advocate, it's like we live in a world of egos the size of cathedrals. Because everyone is getting like their own, like everyone thinks they're their own personal god. That's kind of the idea of Devil's Advocate with Al Pacino and Keanu Reeves.
Yeah,
like everyone thinks like they've gone from worshiping God to becoming their own gods, and so now we have egos the size of cathedrals, and this is how the devil was able to get so much power in the world.
I look
it's so easy.
I look a lot of science fiction and dystopian fiction being very popular as sort of there's this big like it's not that there's not like a divine mandate that's positive. There's sort of like a evil umbrella that is society, but it's not really society. It's the mechanisms of government power or whatever, like corporations in cyberpunk or social order, you know, in dystopian things where it's like the rich and wealthy or whatever. Like that physical manifestation of power is represented by hierarchy or by social conditions more than divine mandate or divine or fates, the fates, because we believed less in like in ancient times in the polytheistic places. Obviously it's like, well, there's a character that's humanistic that represents some behavior or some predilection that humans have. So it's like Bacchus, and Bacchus is going to be there to deliver the wine and complicate the plot, or they need to go to Athena to get her blessing for the battle that they're going to go into, and that's what's going to determine it. Now there's sort of an omnipresent, sort of restrictive cultural element that represents that kind of fate thing. Like you're fated because the gang is going to kill you or whatever, or
Yeah,
in like a
exactly.
noir story, or the government controls your life and you're going to go to jail. Like that's what I see a lot more of nowadays.
I think so too. Yeah, just smaller stories, like where it's like your personal story, or something smaller.
The human isn't considered a hero that has divine magical powers. It's a person that's up against something that's like almost it's like the Cthulhu mythos or whatever, where there's like a subconscious evil in the background that's just pervasive. It's like a miasma, something in the air.
That's what's so interesting about the Cthulhu mythos, is because it's like the flip version of what they like to push today. Because with Cthulhu mythos, it's the world, it's a universe that's dark and cold and evil, and the only existence of goodness comes from people.
Yeah,
the flip side of it.
That makes sense for somebody living in an industrialized society early on, like in the early 1900s, late 1800s. I mean, that Lovecraft in that era, and then also the fantasy writers in that era were in that transitive state between, on one hand, you have Conan or something like that, and then on the other, you have, Carcosa, the Yellow King and stuff. So you're somewhere between industrial city noir and sort of the more classical type, like throwback stuff. And I think Cthulhu is right in between those two things. There's something immensely cosmically scary, and then there's also this industrial humanity that's in it. And that's kind of where we are, where I think we're at a stage in humanity that's also in narrative fiction where we sort of can't figure out if we're ascending above humanity or if we're descending into being useless. You know what I mean? Like we're meat suit puppets or whatever, but AI is going to, supersede us. We can't decide what that is. Those are the two disparate ends. Either we're going to become our masters of our own destiny and live forever and science fiction and Star Trek it up, or AI is going to terminate us,
And hopefully it's not one of the, hopefully it's,
hopefully it's both.
Not the termination. It's both. Yeah, exactly. Let's see. Go ahead for family barbecue. Something good idea. I think we've got 2.5 hours. I think we're going to go ahead and end it for today because everyone has things to do.
Right on.
For 4th of July. But thank you very much, Glib, for joining me today. And thank you much, Best Chat, for joining me today as well and being incredibly generous. It's kind of funny because for next week, we've already unlocked Venture Brothers.
Nice.
Next week, too. In fact, like $45 more, and we also unlocked the Yu-Gi-Oh! GX stream as well. So thank you much, everyone, for joining me today. Thank you much, Glib, for joining me today. Hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, wonderful rest of your 4th of July weekend. I'll see you again, of course, next time.
On a cold winter morning in the time before the light, in flames of death's eternal reign, we ride towards the fight. When the darkness